Well, welcome to Liberal 12th Man Show. I'm Liberal 12th Man, and I'm joined by the Irishman today, Brian. And hopefully you are with us today, too, for this preview. We're going to be doing a little preview, a little team news, pretty much some little, interesting topics that are in the social forums or the likes, other channels or other journos and everything else. And we'll also be gauging on your questions, your comments, and what your thoughts are on anything that you want to bring up today too. You know how it is. It's the people's channel. So we are definitely ready to rock and roll because this week is going to be fast and furious, I guess you could say, with no Vin Diesel. We're going to have this game coming up on Wednesday, and then we also will be having a game this weekend that is going to be another very big game in the Premier League. So we have a bunch of things going on with the team today. Again, like I said, we have Brian. How are you doing, Brian?
Yeah, great, man. Great. How are you?
Pretty good. You know, making out on Tuesday. And I hope that you're out there doing well yourself. Big up to Cedric. Big up to Jimmy. Definitely here early and appreciate it that you were. And that you are. And those that are joining us as well in the broadcast that haven't chimed in yet to say hello to you as well. And if you're watching this on the replay, I hope that you enjoy this episode and I hope that you find it enlightening, of course. And then be sure to leave comments as well if you're watching this on the replay. Even if you're not, if you're watching us now, you can leave comments as well. Certainly drop a like, but definitely leave a comment if you're watching this on the replay. And I hope that you do leave a like as well on top of that. But so basically we got Leipzig coming up. And Brian, are you hesitant about this game? I mean, this is kind of an interesting game for me. I don't want to see it be a banana peel game similar to the Forest game. We got through the international break with a win, but this game is still a relatively tricky game. I understand they haven't won the last two games in Champions League, but it is a home game for them. It will be something that they utilize as an opportunity to try to get a win and get their Champions League campaign really started at all. And we are amongst 7 teams, I believe it is, that have the two wins, the unblemished record so far in Champions League. It'd be important for us to get this third win and keep pace with the top of the table, since this format has changed now. And also a real quick question too before that. Do you like this? Do you like the format so far, by the way? Are you enjoying it?
Well, it's early doors. I can't help inherently feel that there's something wrong with it because it's a UEFA system. I think I think it might be more enjoyable. Might be more enjoyable to watch because you get different teams. That's probably the only thing. You get more of a one-off type atmosphere. I mean, I'm sure it'll throw up a few good ones, but I just think the way it's designed is to just really make sure that everybody that wants to be in it gets through. You've got they're talking about 16 points, 17 points gets you into that top 8. Mm-hmm. If we get 9 there tomorrow, I just think it's more about keeping the bigger clubs happy because it guarantees bigger clubs more games, more money, and eventually the chance to tell over 8 games your quality will tell. Less chance of having a poor group stage and getting knocked out. So I'm enjoying it, but I don't like it. You know, okay. I think it's just reducing jeopardy. It's all about reducing jeopardy. It's pretty much giving them every chance they need to qualify and get through. But then the one thing they can't break and the one thing that they can't mess with is knockout football. Once it gets to that knockout stage, that's pretty much it. I know there's two legs, and but then really, if a PSG or a Real Madrid have a bad game, then sorry, he messed up. It's at that point. But yeah, it's a little bit different, isn't it? The group stages were usually better than people made them out to be. They're actually where you got a lot of the best games is in the group stages. So yeah, I really don't know. I don't think it's for the good of the game.
Sound on the fence. You sound like you're on the fence, really. Yeah.
Oh, I just it is interesting the one-off nature of the game. So that is interesting a little bit. But no, I just think it's as one of the bigger clubs, it probably suits us. But it's all about making sure, like, well, if you can't qualify after 8 games, lads, and a whole other round of 32, well, then you don't deserve to be in it. Like,
right. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, if you can't get past this stage, then maybe you're not deserving it. Yeah.
Yeah. We can give you all the advantages you want, I don't know. What about you? What do you make of it so far?
I actually I've been like warming to it a little bit. It's weird. Like I was staunchly like, I guess because how it's difficult to get into something when you don't know, or you don't know what you're unfamiliar with the Swiss model, I think they call it, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where you're just like, okay, I haven't really seen this model per se, like with the league format. I've just become so used and accustomed to the group stages, as you were saying, and just getting accustomed to saying, okay, these are our three teams you got to worry about. We have a home and away, and then as long as we win the away matches, then we should be on track to make it out of the group. But now that it is a setup where we play once, and it could be, hey, you could have a tough team at away, you could have a tough team at home. It's just a matter of like your luck in the draw. And I actually have been warming to it a little bit. I don't know if the chat is the same out there as well, but I don't really mind it because like it's one of those cases where like now I'm looking at it as like, yeah, we have Real Madrid who normally would have been a tough match home and away, but now it's like, okay, we get this win against them at home, we can then look beyond that and say, okay, that was like our big match. It's done and dusted. We don't have to possibly see Real Madrid again. We possibly won't have to see them again. And it's that, there's no like worried about like trying to stage 2 big teams. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Two big lineups twice, or 2 big lineups for like, whoever's in the group and everything. It's just once and done.
Or having to go there and, it would inevitably be, you'd have City on a Sunday and you'd have Madrid on the Wednesday or the Tuesday. It would be right on top of another big game. Like, it's football, and we all like football. We like watching football, and different. It's a different way of doing things. Like the reasons I dislike it, and the issues and problems that I have with it, are really only things that probably only about 10% of people would give a shit about. So I know, like, for the average fan, it's just more games. It's good fun. But the stuff beyond that just annoys me. But I just look. It's going to happen. It's going to roll on.
Sure.
It's not, nobody's going to die because of it, but yeah, I just like I just think when we look at this, I just think it's so funny that these guys, like, the idea that you could be Liverpool and you could be European champions and you could get drawn against Forest in the first round of the European Cup, get knocked out, and that's it. That's your European season over, and you're champions here. Could you imagine, like, that would make these guys' heads explode. The very thought that, like, that's why we've ended up here, because the idea that you're going to spend all that money on your team and all that preparation, all that yada yada, and you get knocked out after one game. Nah, we got to fix that. We got to do something about that. We can have a bad game. Come on, give us a chance here. Okay, so group stages. And now this turns into, well, what if it was a league and you could play even more games? It's like, then we'll definitely get enough chances to get 3 points and qualify. So But I think, like, when you look at it, we'll go through this whole rigmarole, and the last 8 teams we can probably pick 6 of them now.
Probably.
It'll still be big 6. It'll be the big 6 or 7
Probably.
teams. So we'll still end up at the same endpoint. So you'll get a surprise.
I was gonna say, you're right. Despite the fact that, so I think Real Madrid isn't one of the teams. It's 2-0. I'd have to double check on the standings, but I believe they didn't win their game. I don't think, right? Do you remember? I don't think. Which is surprising. I think they drew. I want to say.
Yeah, I think they did draw. I think they drew their opener. I think they did draw their opener. They've had a bit of a slow start, a little bit sluggish. I think they haven't come out. They lost to Lyon, but yeah, there you go. They lost to Lyon.
They lost to Lyon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be back to where they need to be at the end of the year. But no, Real Madrid haven't started the season brilliantly. The Mbappe coming in thing. Who would have thunk it? That might upset.
Who would have thunk it? Is right. I think everyone thought that it was going to be just like. I think it was just. It's going to be a little bit of getting used to their surroundings. It's not going to be just easy swimming for them. Despite the fact that they're getting such quality. Real Madrid.
But the simple thing on that one, dude, and I don't care what anybody out there wants to try and tell me, Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. playing exactly the same position. People say, oh, Mbappe can play in the middle. He doesn't want to play in the middle. Right. Mbappe caused a mutiny at PSG by demanding that they play him on the left of a 3, buy a target man striker. Giroud was the guy that he wanted. And play him out left. He did not want to play in the middle. That was one of his major demands at PSG. And people say, oh, no, he doesn't play in the same position as Vinny. He absolutely 100% occupies the exact space that Vinny wants to be in. So how does that work? Oh, we put Mbappe in the middle. He doesn't want to play there. That's not his best position. What do? You can have so many toys, but you got to make it work. And even a man manager of superstars like Ancelotti is going to have his work cut out with this, because Mbappe is probably one of the biggest egos. He's dealt with some of the biggest egos out there. Zlatan, people like that. He's dealt with them all. But Mbappe will be an issue for him, I think.
Yeah, it will be. It's difficult. He's a player that gets to choose, has chosen sometimes the starting lineups and who's on the team and the likes. And now he's on a squad where that's not the case, But I'm sure that he's probably still under some of those same similar settings that in the back of his mind, he wants to be able to voice his opinions and be heard, to be certain. And it is a situation where he's definitely putting himself in a place where he has to perform, and the levels of it are up there. And he's in a league that is not in a league, and a team, especially, excuse me, that is not doesn't give you too much leeway to kind of find your form. You need to find it immediately and have it immediately. So,
Oh, that's what they buy you for. They don't buy projects.
Nope.
They bring in young players, here and there from their ranks. But when they spend the big money on you, the pressure is pretty much on full the minute you walk in the door.
Yep.
It's a hell of a club.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I hope that they squander it all the same. So, excuse me. So, there it is. There are some other team news or things I did want to talk about. I noticed that there are some players. So I'll just give up to start off with my commentary on it on this weekend. Or excuse me, on this week, this midweek game on Wednesday. Look, our recent victory over Chelsea certainly had its setbacks, I guess you could say, particularly with our starting striker, Diego. He had an early exit from a challenge from, it was Tassin Adara Bioyo. I know I butchered that pronunciation. Adara Bioyo. Right?
Adarabioyo.
There you go. Something like that. Yeah, there you go. I'm just going to, soon enough, I'll just leave you with the pronunciation so that, Adarabioyo. Yes, that's how you pronounce it. And his absence combined with Ali's absence, obviously with the hamstring issue. Harvey Elliott's still out with his foot injury. And that leaves, a little bit of a squad looking for some type of rotation. Obviously, something that's going to be interesting considering that we do have a huge, huge matchup coming up on the weekend. So that would leave us say, oh, well, then certainly you would think, oh, well, then hopefully we have our Italian forward. And unfortunately, Federico Chiesa is uncertain to play as well, as he has been absent. And what has been interesting has been Connor Bradley's unexplained absence as well. I haven't really seen as to why.
UFOs.
There might be a report that I missed, but I haven't seen the report yet. Do you have an update on that one?
No, it sounds like he just vanished.
Oh yeah.
It's unexplained.
Yeah. Unexplained. Yeah, like I said, like you went over the Bermuda Triangle or something.
Yeah, just never came back.
Right.
Okay, no, nothing specific on Bradley. Yeah, Harvey, Chiesa, Bradley, Jota, Ali. It's and Mac obviously with an issue.
Well, there's Mac and Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's a doubt now. So I don't know what happened or where he's at with for the reason why he would be a doubt. But Trent Alexander-Arnold is also a doubt. That's why I am going to say that I believe Joe Gomez could step up and fill that gap, which should ensure our defense at least on the right side, because our right back situation has gone from very deep, having Trent Alexander-Arnold and also Connor Bradley, to all of a sudden being very sparse in that now that we are just down to basically Joe Gomez at that right back spot being fit and available. So, and yes, I did say defense, by the way, ensuring our defense. So I said, and yes, I did say defense and Trent Alexander-Arnold in the same sentence. So we got to have that be stable come obviously the time that we do take on Arsenal. So I do think that we will probably see a Joe Gomez play in that right back spot. If Connor was available, I think we would have seen Connor, but we're going to be seeing Joey most likely. And on the other side of the coin is Leipzig. Leipzig faces similar concerns to their lineup. There's Openda, Luis Openda, potentially sidelined after picking up a knock late in their win against Mainz. However, he downplayed the injury and seems likely to play along Xavi Simons and Benjamin Sesko, who has been in fine form, might I add, in the Champions League. So that's something that we have to keep in mind of. They do have some talented players on this team to keep in check. But basically, both teams have to navigate, obviously, their injury challenges and carefully as they prepare, as both of us have to prepare basically for fixtures, important fixtures in both our campaigns. So they have some big fixtures coming up as well for themselves. I was going to ask you, are you concerned about Chiesa's injury issues? That would be basically the first question I really, really wanted to get into as well. Are you concerned about the Chiesa situation? Is this like I know some people are starting to kind of poke their head up and say, this is reminding me of another individual that was a highly rated player that we ended up getting possibly for a lesser value than his market value should be at. And now he's with our team, and then we're kind of gauging these injury concerns.
The longer he's out, obviously, because I'm not many things, and I'm not a fitness guy, and I had a lot of kind of mitigating factors. The fact that he had played a huge number of games last year showed that he was fit last year.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has all his drama with Juve, gets dropped from their first team, has trained alone, doesn't play a lot of football, then comes to a physical league. Obviously going to be a few little knocks along the way as he get back up to full fitness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of that in that column. You know, it's far too early to be saying, "Oh God, we bought an injury-prone player, who's never going to be fit." It's way too early for that. But
Okay.
yeah, like I was saying, I think the other, if we were getting to Christmas and we're still talking about another maybe 3 weeks out, or maybe another 4 weeks out between now and Christmas. Yeah, it is. It's concerning, but I think there's a lot of reasons why he might be struggling to get up to full fitness. And if he can get over them and then put 10 games together in a row, then no problem at all if he gets another injury. But yeah, I think as long as this is happening, people are going to talk. If he's out, people are going to say, "Oh, look, well, he's only played X amount of minutes." It is very, very early. To me, it's really early. But the talk about this previous injury, I think the fact that he played 34 last year, 36, I mean, that kind of puts that to bed. Maybe not putting to bed, is he the same player talk? No, but it shows that he's come back to being completely capable. So, yeah, it is a little bit concerning, but I don't think it's I don't think it's at that point yet, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah. As in, we haven't necessarily had to like rely on him just yet, I guess you could say. You know, like as in the rotation is what it is when it comes to our right side, and we expect to see Mo there, but it would be nice to be able to give him a little bit of to give Mo a little bit more breathing room to relax a little bit more so and be rested for the entire campaign. But it was something that I thought I would.
What are we? 22nd of October. So he's been here 2.5 months. Hasn't really played. So yeah, I can understand why people might be thinking, "Oh, hang on a minute, alarm bell is ringing here."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like I know that some have wanted to see him basically be able to not only provide some type of relief for our right side, but possibly even in the left. I don't think he could play and more so because of his fitness and everything else, and him possibly taking a little while to get everything to the level that he has seen in his career. Like, I don't know if he could play the 10 for us per se, but at the moment, but left side, right side could be a nice little option to have. And unfortunately, it's not available for us at the moment. He's definitely a talent. And when he's fit, he's an incredible talent. Let me also say, big up Bernie, big up to our Red Jewels, Marion, Bernie, big up to both of you. Big up to
Pops,
Bonkers, big up Cedric, Jimmy, Philip, definitely. Pops is in the house, definitely. Hopefully, Pops, hopefully Barnes or Crab got you that link. I know I thought about it. I sent it to him in Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. And then I was like, oh, I should just send it in our WhatsApp group. I'll if you didn't get it, I'll put it in the WhatsApp group. But there was a clip that I was hoping that you saw. I could possibly bring up the clip for us to watch too or look at too, because it's short enough that we won't get like a copyright or anything like that. That BS. And it's edited and the likes. So yeah, I wanted to definitely bring that up. It was something we discussed yesterday, and it was something about the foul on Diego yesterday. So I'll definitely bring that up if you give me it. I'll get it loaded and pre-arranged for us so we can get that going. But yeah, I wanted to stick with this Chiesa talk. I don't know if Chiesa's injury issues are concerned for you in the chat, but it would be nice. It would be nice as well.
Well, like Hylar is saying there, and I did mention that. I mean,
oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Pops' answer. I saw Pops' answer.
No, he's saying don't forget. I mean, Okay, I'll be polite. We can't just because we don't say something out loud doesn't mean we forgot. We mentioned plenty of times before that he's coming to a much more physical league. That's what I said when I said I was expecting him to take. He's not now again. Italian
Who said
football.
this? Well, I'll bring up the comment
I'll
first.
just highlight was saying. Italian football is no walk in the park either. You know, it's not as intense. It's not, but it's to do with intensity and running. It's still a physical league, and played a lot of games in it. I'm not saying that proves it, but that was what I was saying was one of the reasons I expected him to have issues was coming to a more physical league. Now, if he was coming to a Klopp team, he wouldn't have a chance. I wouldn't give him a hope in a Klopp team. We'd break him. He'd just keep breaking down. You know what I mean? Like, if he was to come into a team now, a slot team, a lot more rotation, a lot more kind of coming off after 25 minutes type of players, I'd give it more. But it will be that step up in intensity was why I said I expected there to be breakdowns. When he comes back and he gets fit, and then he'll get a little breakdown again because he's having to up, like I think the words used are just up the intensity. Of course you do. So we won't know with this kid until, like I said, he plays 10 games, and he can play 10 games in a row. Everybody gets knocks and injuries, but it's a disappointing start. Put it that way. It's a disappointing start, especially for him. He would wanted to come in and get, because he came in and he looked lively. He wasn't afraid to get on the ball. He was really confident to get on the ball. He wanted to shoot, wanted to make things happen. So absolutely no issues there whatsoever. So that was disappointing to hear that pretty much immediately, he's out next game. And I don't think we've seen him since. So it was very, it's going to take him time. Bang, right now he's finally there. Oh, is he starting this weekend? No. Oh, next weekend. Oh, he's on the bench. Oh, look, he gets in. Okay, finally. He's in the team now. He's got up to speed. He's ready for some minutes, and then bang, he's out again. That's very disappointing. It really is. It takes his momentum away. And but like you said, it's a position that we're going to need minutes in. We're going to need cover minutes. You know, we're going to, like, it's not like, we have Diaz, he plays into Diaz and Gakpo. No, that's all right. It's someone who, when he comes in, he's going to be not needed or relied on, but he definitely will be given. It'll be like, oh, nice one. Now I can give Mo half an hour off.
Right.
Now Chiesa can start this game, maybe, but it's just not there for him. The minutes will be there for him when he comes back, I believe.
Yeah.
But Slot is a wingers guy. Slot likes his wingers. That's who he likes playing with. I heard someone was talking about him earlier on. He said, the guy that it was a journal. He's saying I was talking to his recruitment guy at Feyenoord, and he said Arnie just said, he would paraphrase him, but he said Arnie always used to say, look, just keep getting me wingers. Get me wingers. He loves goal scoring wingers. He loves those kind of players. So Chiesa is someone that he will know what to do with and how to work with. So he will get that time. And yeah, I don't know. I know what you think about it, but I'm still backing him to come good fitness wise.
I'm still backing him to come good, totally. I look at it as if I gave Thiago the benefit of the doubt of there, and I think that Thiago had possibly a more troubled, past of injuries than Chiesa did. I'm definitely going to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's how I see it.
Oh,
so why not?
Thiago had injuries every other month throughout his whole career. Chiesa just had one big one. I'm not saying he just had one big one. Please don't quote me. He just had one. He had one big injury, which took him time to come back from. Thiago, completely different story. He'd had issues his whole career, but I think Hyler was saying there, he hasn't even played 90 minutes for us yet. Across a couple of games. So, but then he could get unlucky again. He'll come back into a hectic schedule. It's not.
It's sliding doors. I know I'll keep repeating that sliding doors reference, and it might even become a little bit tedious to some, but I mean, I think it really is. I mean, there's going to be opportunities for this player to play, and there's going to be needed rotation with the squad. Period. Look, right now, I just spoke about how that we're not going to see Trent Alexander-Arnold, we're not going to see Connor Bradley, okay, possibly this tomorrow, but yet like Joe Gomez was a player that was on the verge of leaving our team. You know, there was active talks about him going on to whether it was Newcastle or some team down closer to his home and his home in London, or in that London area, I should say. You know, it's almost like a very big blessing that we convinced this player to, you know, not only be content with staying, but, you know, commit to this campaign. Because if not, we would be very, 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 very much in trouble right this moment. Like, who like going into a Champions League game and we don't have Trent Alexander-Arnold or Connor Bradley, who are we relying on?
Probably go with a back three.
And that would be a situation, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he'd probably end up going with like some kind of a back three with wing backs, or using a winger or a mid. Yeah. Who? Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know what he would do.
Exactly. I just don't. I have no idea who would be that we would be relying on in that situation. But it would not be a pretty situation for us, I would say. It just wouldn't. And that's why it's one of those things where it's just like sometimes, you know, these sliding doors or the situation that we have where we're blessed to know that a center back, a virtual, you know, definitely one of the more powerful and definitely more appreciated center backs in our run. The longest serving Red on our team is still with us, you know, at this moment, because it would be an issue right now if we didn't have him to rely on, and to know that he brings not only defense, but he can bring. There are times, and this is why I said that I like the fact that we do have Joey. There are times I remember when he subbed in for Trent during some of Trent's injury spells, and he's provided some type of resemblance of what we got from Trent offensively by the crosses he was giving and the likes. And considering we're playing a more refined, more orthodox right back role for this, and we don't have to see Joey go into that inverted BS, you know, for him at least it'd be BS. I didn't like him. I didn't like Joey in the inverted spot. We certainly have someone that we can rely on. That's what I look at. I believe I'm not alone on that either. But
I'm not a huge fan. That's what I was going to say at a pinch, Pops, was Simi at right back. Just ask him to do a job for a night. You know what I mean? Just ask him to just do a job for a night. That could be something you probably just end up doing, because that would be kind of what's the word, national emergency kind of stuff. It's just like
Do you think this too?
Over nursing him. I don't know who or what.
I think she was. I think Bernie was referencing.
What you mean over nursing?
I think she's talking about Chiesa.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just like, yeah, she's talking about Chiesa.
Sure, exactly.
Maybe he's just really being overly precautious, and then maybe they're doing similar things the same way. I mean, I don't think Thiago wasn't necessarily coming off an injury. I don't think when he started for us, right? I don't think so. I don't think he was.
No, he was great. Well, he was
fit.
Yeah, but Chiesa,
Yeah.
I mean, Chiesa's completely over his ACL. Completely over that. That's done. That's fixed. That's finished.
Yeah,
that's nearly.
He's in that Virgil van Dijk stage. You know, that year
he's
after.
He's way
or
ahead.
2 years now. He's in his second year, right?
He's way ahead. Yeah. It's nearly 4 years ago he did his ACL.
Oh, it's 4 years. Oh,
it's nearly 4 years ago he did his ACL after 2020. I think.
Oh, yeah, he should be well past that then.
Yeah, he's way past that. You know, he's recovered from that. it's just this new thing. Yeah, just he is fit, but he's giving him. Yeah, I know, Burn. That's what I'm thinking as well. Is it just? I don't think he's going to throw him in. Because, like we were saying, he had a whole summer of training on his own. No preseason,
Mm,
no preseason tour coming to the new faster league, even though it's a slower Liverpool. But yeah, all of those things. I don't think. Yeah, he's not gonna. He's gonna listen to the medical staff, um, and if they say, "Look, let's just dial this back for 3 weeks with this guy,"
absolutely,
cool,
absolutely.
do it, then do it. Just do it. Do that because we're in the lucky enough position to have not had a right winger for a long time other than Mo, and we've always coped.
Yeah,
We've
yeah,
always been
yeah.
able to do something. Diaz can switch to the right if needs
Right.
be.
We're not like looking at being reliant on a young but promising but young player like a Ben Doak or something like that. I know he's out on loan, but still,
Well,
that
yeah. I mean,
that
if
was
we
the mindset last year, is to rely on Ben Doak developing into some type of some type of option, the way that Connor Bradley, for instance, became an option that not many people necessarily had sharpied in as being the option behind Trent or something along those lines, or maybe the way that Kwanzaa filled in the role for Kanate last year. But yeah, well, how about we move on to some promising and more uplifting news? We can go to that at least, and that's particularly with this young man. I'll call him young because it does is some. I mean, he is like heard Drifty called him Superman. I don't know if he's Clark Kent or not, but Virgil van Dijk
does he look like
has
Clark Kent to you?
yeah. He does. There's a multiverse out there, so
Well,
maybe in the multiverse he could be. Um now I had that song, that hero song in my head. Virgil van Dijk is seeking a 2-year contract extension at Liverpool, taking him to 2027. I know originally I heard that he was seeking a 3-year contract extension, but now it's become a 2-year contract extension. I'd like to see that adjusted to be a 3-year, 2-year guaranteed, 1 year with a maybe team slash player option. I know that obviously you'd like to see the team option just be the option, so that way the team can kind of decide if they want to go for the 3rd year or not. But I'd like to see if that was the case, maybe give the player at least a little bit of his own, give him a little bit of his own power of his future by giving him the option to say, well, if you're not believing in the program, or maybe it's something else that you want to do in your life, like we believe in you enough that you would stay with us, but we'll give you the option of being able to have the key to the door to leave if you like. That's how I look at it. I know that's maybe being a little bit generous, and looking at it from more of like a player agent perspective. But excuse me. The biggest part about what this story, or about this about what the news is this particular part of it. The fact that apparently he is not asking for a pay raise. That is enormous. I thought he would be asking for a pay raise. Okay. That might be, I'm just making, just putting it out there. I'm not saying that this is confirmed, or I'm not part of Virgil's camp. At least I hope maybe one day, but not right now. But Virgil is apparently still wanting to stay with the 220,000 per week that he's on currently. That's according to Team Talk. It could be a case where maybe he understands that Trent is going to need a pay raise to assure that we get players, or the same talk that that was out there. Excuse me for clearing my throat. The same talk that was out there about him wanting the club to go get some big names, or be able to acquire or keep some of these big name players with the club, so that they do sustain this momentum and this current level of productivity. Maybe that's him saying, hey, I'm willing to stay at my wage rate if it means you being able to take that money that you would have been giving me and giving it to Trent, or giving it to, Trent and Mo, just to help out their contract negotiations. Maybe that's,
I don't know, man.
maybe
That's a stretch that even
that's,
with the
sometimes they do
Phillies
that.
proud of.
Sometimes players do that. That's why I'm saying that. I know that's more
Sometimes.
of a maybe an American perspective, because I know that like over here sometimes like we're dealing with salary caps, so some players do.
Exactly, because you're dealing with dealing with salary cap. That's your answer
Yeah,
there, you see.
yeah,
Basically, I think it's a bit of a stretch that he would he's not going to give his money to somebody else.
yeah,
Basically, but I don't think either. Like, if the club goes to him and says, "Oh, Verge, we need you to take to trim 20K a week off your contract so we can get Trent." The club should be able to go out and sign Trent and then do what they need to do with, because Virgil
yeah.
won't be asking for like a
Excuse me.
huge amount. I just think this to me is more in line with how things used to be, because I know we were talking about this guy a while ago, and I said, look back in the day, for a guy his age to be getting an extension, there comes a point where you actually don't get more money. You go down. Like, as you get older, your wages should kind of be going down, because oh, that's the way it used to be. Okay, look, we'll sign you up as a 32-year-old, but you're not, like, you're on 100K, but you're only going to get 50 because you're 32 now. But we're giving you the security of a deal into your 30s. But the flip side of that is you're not getting the 100 grand a week you're on as a 28-year-old, because you were a 28-year-old then. You're a 33-year-old now. Like, that used to be the way shit went, and that to me made sense. Yeah, as players get older, you don't bump their money up every time they get a new deal. Now, again, there's always going to be an exception there, someone like Ronaldo, but these are people like Ronaldo, these are people like that. To me, that was just the way it used to be. You were lucky as a player at that age to be getting an extension. So more often than not, you would take a lower wage because you're happy to be getting the deal. If he's in a position to say, I have an offer on the table from club A, B, and C that says this, but
There's a
that's a
team out
club
there
in.
that's willing to pay more than 220,000.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But then he can say, "Oh, but that's a club. One of them is in the MSL, one of them is in Saudi, and one of
Right,
them
right.
is in, somewhere else I don't want to be. I want to
I'd
stay
be
at
willing to
Liverpool."
bet that there's a team like a PSG or Bayern Munich
Yeah,
or
a
you
PSG.
know,
There's another one. So he might not want to go to a PSG. So say he might have a Saudi offer, an offer from America, an offer from PSG. He's like, no, I want to stay. I want to stay in the Prem. I still feel ready. I want to do stuff. I have another league title in with me. I want to win it with Liverpool, and I'm happy on the money I'm on. And it is surprising, but I'm like, to me, that's just the way things used to be a little bit. Your money would go up until you got till around 28, 29. You were lucky to get a bigger deal then, but your stuff would been. So he's on a big contract. The 2 years is great. That's perfect. And then, like, the option you were saying,
the team
yeah,
option
the option, yeah, team option, or the club
or even
option.
the
I don't
player
know,
option.
or the player option. Yeah, I think maybe give it. Yeah, maybe like the player and the club can both have
Yeah,
it on
yeah,
there. I
that's
suppose.
initially what I said. Yeah, team and player option, or just put
Yeah,
say optional for both
just to
parties.
have
Yeah.
it there. Yeah, just to have it there. Just he knows he's going to and see how things are going, and then in 2 years' time, he's still happy. We're still happy, and it looks like it's kind of amicable there. He's probably
I,
good
I
relationship.
I think it's a great
So
sign, to be honest with you. It's a great sign considering that, like, and makes sense as to why a lot of people did have this as being the most likely of the three to get done with the
100%.
most less stress involved in
Yeah,
getting it done. I
definitely.
think that Virgil is like, again, for those that didn't think that Virgil was captain material, my captain. Shame on you. I used to get flack. I understand why I got flack when I used to say that. Because I used to say when we had Henderson, I would say my captain. Because he did step up and be our captain. So I could say it technically. I could still say it. But no disrespect to Henderson. But I always thought Virgil was a impressive captain. And I think that he is a captain that would like to solidify himself in the journals or in the legendary journals of Liverpool history by being a captain that brings us to a Champions League title or a Prem title. If he can do that, I think that it would solidify him as possibly outdoing Henderson or even Stevie G as our captain, possibly. I know that might be sacrilegious talk. I know. As soon as you say Stevie G,
you should have
people's heads pop over the fence. They're like, "What?
Yeah,
What?"
you should have stopped at Henderson there.
Exactly.
You were fine. You were doing well until
Exactly.
you should have stopped at Henderson.
I got you. All love.
Don't there's no need for self-inflicted wounds, you know.
I know. But speaking of contract negotiations, this guy right here is also I got you, Pops. This guy right here is also looking at possibly bringing a closer conclusion as to what his future holds, and that is Mohamed Salah. He wants a quote unquote mega money 3-year contract at Liverpool. That's the report, at least according to Football Insider. The Egyptian, the Egyptian wants to reach legendary status and break numerous goal scoring records. Liverpool believe they can agree on a deal with Salah. I think that one unique thing about this individual, the Egyptian king, is he has so many records, and it seems to definitely inspire him, more so than maybe even the trophies do somewhat. But I mean, it's cool because to achieve those records mean that you're probably helping your team get to those trophies. But I think and it might be equal in your mind, but definitely I think he loves getting records. He is the record breaker for certain. And there was something, bring this up actually since I'm talking about records. This is interesting. Saw this on Sky Sports. All-time Premier League. It's where Mohamed Salah sits right now. It's with Jermaine Defoe at 162 goals. I know he's a long way off, over 100 goals or close to 100 goals off from Shearer's record there. And I don't think Kane's going to be coming back to the Prem to actually push that number any further. He's certainly within target distance for getting Robbie Fowler's goal record or goal status. I believe, truthfully, he could pass this year. We could see him pass Henry and possibly even Lampard's mark as well. It would take a little bit of serious form for him to pass Aguero, but I think we could see him move close to the top five.
Again, he could have stopped at Henry. Yeah.
I mean, he could get Lampard.
Yeah, that's it. But he's not getting Aguero. He's not unless.
I mean, that's
look, he's obviously going to do.
That would mean he'd have to have. Yeah. He's on how many goals this year? He's on what, 4 or 5 goals?
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like he hasn't scored over. Yeah, it's not like he hasn't scored over 30 goals before.
No, he's got to do it again. No, he'd have to do it again.
Yeah,
but he's taken Defoe and Robbie this weekend, even potentially. Henry, he'll get close. Yeah, he will be sitting either between Henry and Lampard. That's where I would predict him finishing this season.
Oh, really? Okay.
I reckon if he keeps going on this rate, yeah, he could do Lampard. I reckon he could get another 16 goals this season.
So on 5 goals currently in the Prem. 5 goals.
Yeah. Okay, he's on 5. I reckon he could probably do, if he keeps playing like this,
that would be
23, 24. Yeah, he could be in behind Aguero by the end of the season. Yeah.
I mean, that's like, yeah. I think he could get over it. I think he can top Lampard this year.
Oh, it's very doable. Yeah, the
I
rate
think
he's on
I
at
think
the
it's the
moment.
top Lampard.
Oh, the rate he's on at the moment. You keep going at that rate. Like I said, we were talking about this. If he, the one thing Mo does this whole career is he tracks.
Mhm.
His numbers track over the whole career. He doesn't do bursts. He doesn't have. He just does it over a season. And what he's on track for now, if you extrapolate that over the season, he's going to be in one of his mid-20 seasons, definitely,
Mhm. Mhm.
and probably double figures for assists
Right. Right.
as well.
Yep.
I don't think anybody. I don't think Haaland will hang around. Haaland would destroy that Shearer record if he stayed fit and played for another 8 years here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, he'd destroy it, but I don't think he's going to hang around long
I don't
enough.
think so either. I don't think
So
so either.
it's going to take a long time. Like,
If I mean, like, if justice is if justice is prudent and true, and we see the result that a lot of us are hoping we see. Oh wow, Jimmy. I'm not announcing any scores. You can, if you guys want to see scores, you can see them in the chat. There's others that are taking those stances. I kind of learned my lesson by the whole Manchester City. So, but I was going to say, back to what we're talking about. Yeah, I could see him possibly getting. He could get 20 goals this year. He can get probably like 20 goals, a little bit over 20 goals this year. He'd have to get
yeah,
25 goals for him to meet to tie Lampard,
I reckon by the time he leaves, he'll be
or actually, yeah, 20,
ahead of Andy
23,
Cole and
24,
below Wayne Rooney.
25, 25. Right. Say again?
That'd be my guess. That it depend. Like, obviously, I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, if he signs up, I think when he leaves Liverpool, he'll be between Cole and Rooney.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that'd be good. That'd be good if we can get him to this deal. I mean, like 3-year contract. What's a mega million? What's a money? Excuse me, mega money 3-year contract. What is that? What is that? What does it even mean? What does that even mean to you, at least? What number do
Uh,
you think would qualify as being a mega money? I mean, he's on mega money already.
yeah, he's on Mega
so,
Money.
so like, does that mean, okay, you want a mega money deal? Okay, cool. We'll keep you. We'll do what we're doing for Virgil, possibly doing for Virgil, and we'll keep you at 350,000. There's your mega money deal. You got it.
Yeah, like almost the same for him. At his age, can he really be asking us, a serious club that he knows don't make crazy decisions, to give him 500 grand a week until he's 36 or something? Like, can
Yeah,
he see that happening?
yeah,
Yeah, this one will be interesting. The Salah deal. I think there's a lot of stuff to go on yet, and that it's a very difficult one to get. It's just, is he happy to go down the Virgil route of
that's my
saying,
point.
I want to stay. I'm aware of basically what the club is prepared to do. I'm not going to ask the club to do something they're not going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go in and say I want 600 grand, 500 grand. Uh, do I go in and say I'm prepared to stay? Yeah, it's weird. It's funny. It's just I think a lot of it comes down to what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, money
Mm-hmm.
wise, and what he's. But if Virgil says, "I'm staying," you want to stay for 2 more years? I really don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, look, let's be honest. Salah could have easily been um, on those numbers if we were fortunate enough to have had some proper refereeing in the Chelsea matchup as he pursues this Premier League situation. I know that I spoke about how I brought it up with the Bayesian Reds. I'll bring this up here as well. I want to see if I might. Hopefully, I do have that other. Let me see if I can bring that up as well, real quick too, because I do have footage, or at least I did have it on my Twitter page. But I wanted to show you this because I know that we got into a discussion yesterday, and people were saying how it was situation for Arsenal was different than the situation for Chelsea. That the player was further up or further advanced in his run, and further like as in he was further up the pitch, basically was the argument with the foul that was committed on Diego as opposed to the foul that was committed in the Arsenal matchup. So I wanted to show you this, and this is why I wanted to show you this real quick, and then I'll also see if I can find the other portion of why I think that we need to definitely make a note that this was kind of harsh. I'll bring this up for you. Now take a look. Tell me that's not the same. Tell me that's not basically, that's literally like the same portion of the pitch. Tell me how that does not look like the same. The sheer fact that he is running with them but still behind him, how that is not the same, I don't understand. Let me see if I can slow it down for you. Let's slow it down for you. That is the same part of the pitch. Same part of the pitch. Even if it begins in our half, that doesn't matter. I don't think that matters. He's still the last person. Like, simply because he's in this portion doesn't mean that it's not. And he eventually falls. I get that in the same part, but I think it's the same. It's the same. It's basically the same. That's in the circle. It's like basically right around the circle is where the foul actually does happen. So it's one of those cases where it's. I don't think it really. He's the last man. It was certainly a foul that I thought could have been possibly should have been a red card. Possibly should have been a red card. And there was another. Let me see if I can find this one real quick too. I'll bring this down. Real quick. There was also another case where I really wanted to show what happened with. If you look at the foul that was committed on Mo Salah, I thought that should have been a penalty too. By the way, I know that some people are like, "Oh, he went down too easy," or it wasn't really an egregious foul. I thought that should have been a penalty too. If I can find this, let me see if I can find it. I'll go back to my page. Get my page here. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. And I'll bring this one up too. This one's not long either. Oops. Give me 1 second. We'll pull this up here. Yeah, because this one I thought should have been a penalty too. Like I get that maybe you don't want to give that. I don't know why you don't want to, but you might not want to give the other one. Let me see what. Well, I know Pops is going to call me out for it. Let me see. What is Pop saying, Brian? Do you see what he's saying?
This is between you and him. I am zoned out.
Oh, wow.
If you want to do ref talk I talk
Do
about
ref
ref
talk, I
visits, it
guess, yeah.
happens
That's
24
what we're
48
calling it
hours
now,
ago.
ref talk.
Want to do it, man? That ain't my show. You guys, you go ahead. You get your conspiracy theories on, and
I'm not dropping conspiracy theories. I'm just
no,
saying
it's going to
that
happen.
I thought
it's going to turn into all the refs have to get us in the chat. I know it is. That's where these things always end up.
No.
It's like talking to a bunch of toddlers.
I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far. I just thought that it was interesting that these were not called, and it was a situation where, look, I thought that these are poor calls. That's all. It's poor calls. You know, we're trying to get this guy closer. I'm trying to get this guy closer to Lampard, to surmounting, Lampard's record there. That's why. Make sure that's all taken off. I'll show you real quick. This is where he gets fouled. This is where he gets fouled. I don't know how that's not a yellow card, by the way. The guy basically just kicked him in the back of the knee. Okay. Takes a fall, struggles to get back up. Okay. Is in the box now. Right here, he's preparing himself to try to get, and literally gets pushed over right there. Gets pushed over in the box because this player is trying to make up for the advantage. He played the advantage. I get he's playing the advantage, but simply right here, the same player that the advantage was called on, what kind of advantage is that? If you're gonna give a player an advantage and then the player gets up and he can just push the guy over in the box. I'm telling you, man. I'm just trying to say that the respect, there should be a higher level of respect for our Mohamed Salah. That's how I look at it. I think that he doesn't get the respect that's truly deserved from the referees. Yeah. Oh, this is what they're claiming? I see that. Pop is saying there was no advantage, so it should have gone back. I would have been okay with that. And I don't think he didn't die. He got pushed in his back. I don't see why that's a dive. If it was like, if he didn't get pushed in the back, or there wasn't like he got like, some type of like touch on him, I'd say, yeah, okay, maybe that's a dive, or yeah, that could be a dive. But I mean, he did get pushed in his back. Oh, he's offering the options. I got you. Okay, Pops. I know it's gone completely silent from an Irishman. He does not like talking about referee talk and the likes. I'm with you, Red Armchair supporter. I thought there was no advantage there. It doesn't make any sense. If you call advantage, cool, but there should be an advantage. And if the advantage is taken away by the same player that fouled you earlier and is trying to make up for the mistake, and now the player's in a very, very vulnerable place for their team, of course he's going to go and try to be aggressive. And he was overly aggressive again for a call that I thought he should have got I don't believe he got a yellow card for that foul. He kicked the guy in the back he kicked Mo in the back of his knee. All right. Enough. We can go on. That was a pen of, I think. He rarely gets the call, I know. So there's this like narrative that's being drawn about him that he's I don't think it exists really as great as some of those guys on the other side of the fence were trying to make it. I don't think Mo Salah is a flopper at one little bit, but sometimes strikers do kind of sometimes over exaggerate to get the call, because it's unfortunately you have to over exaggerate now sometimes, or at least sell the call to get the call, it seems like, because that was a foul, and then I think it was a second foul committed in that exchange. So, and again, I thought that Diego's was not only a foul, I thought it was a red card. But we move.
Noted.
Noted. Exactly, as you like.
No, the only thing I say is I don't like talking about it because it's a circular conversation. It never goes anywhere because you can't do anything about it.
You can't do anything about it. I know, it's true.
So that's what, it's just a circular conversation. It goes around and around and around. You can't do anything about it. So, but yeah, we've got. I think he got that diver tag out of jealousy, obviously from.
I think so.
From a few other fans, but it has. I think even that has.
Diego's got it too now. They're trying to get Diego on it as well.
No, but I would say from just my experience with football fans that the Salah being a diver thing has very much calmed down. You will get the odd idiot, but it's not really a tag that he has anymore.
If he wanted to be a diver, he would have went down. If he wanted to be a diver, he would have went down on the first foul where he got kicked in the back of his knee. You know?
I'm just no, but just I know we can't do anything about any part of the game. Yeah, but other parts of the game are a lot more interesting to talk about than a call that didn't go for you. You know, or we won the game. You know, we got two. He tried to give us 2 pens. I'm not saying no, Red. I'm never saying ye. I would never say ye should not discuss it. I'm just saying that's why I don't talk about it. That's why I don't get involved in the discussions. That's really why. I'm just saying that's why I kind of back out and let you talk about it all night if you want. But it's just something I for my own sanity. I used to do it all the time, and it just drives you freaking insane. It's not like I never did it. I'm some on higher play. I used to do it all the bloody time, and it drives you insane. Because like Hyder is saying, every year a new set of stupid refs comes along and makes the same stupid mistakes. So it's the one thing that I've learned to just cannot put it to one side. Like I said, I try not to even know who the ref for the game is because then people go, "Oh, the ref at the weekend is this guy."
Then you don't want to know who the ref is for this weekend.
Yeah, but they already build the story up in their head.
You do not want to know who the ref is for this weekend. You will not be happy.
I tell you what, you could tell me now who he is, and I wouldn't be able to tell you why it's a problem, because that's how little attention I block.
I got 2 words for you then: Anthony Taylor.
I don't know. Yeah, he. That guy.
Come on now. If anyone in the chat is under the same pretense of what the Irish.
Anyway, we move on from that.
Namaste settings when it comes to hearing Anthony Taylor is going to be our referee for our matchup against Arsenal. I don't know too much about Michael Salisbury. I'm sure he's probably someone that we have to keep in mind. He's on VAR, but Anthony Taylor will referee against Liverpool and Arsenal.
Don't care.
Don't care. I got you.
A lot of these things are really cheap comedians here. Dara's in the chat, and KJ
big up Dara
is in the chat.
Big up Dara. Yeah, Dara, I did. And apologies, Dara. I tried to put that message in for you. I did reach out to you on Facebook because we are going to be trying to do a more concerted effort with our Twitter and our Facebook page, and even our TikTok page. I have a TikTok page too, but I need to get up on my social media presence a little bit more. Hopefully, I'll be getting some assistance from JK and definitely some guidance from the Irishman and Nolante and the likes to try to bolster those efforts. But I did. Okay, cool. Big up, Dara. I wanted to say there's something we brought up yesterday, and then we're going to get into these into the preview. We're just over the hour mark. We're going to get into the preview shortly here for the game, as in our predictions for the lineups, our predictions for score predictions and the likes. But there was one other topic yesterday that we did get into, something that there was something that I was hoping that they would pick up my comment. I did put them in the hashtag ESPNFC this time, But as an I apparently was not the only person that had a little bit of an issue with Mr. Nickel, our fellow Red. You know, um, there was a viral moment yesterday for Steve Nickel, and I'll show that right now. So apparently, Steve Nickel on Liverpool's performance in their win over Chelsea, the comment went on to say, or his quote went on to say, he wasn't impressed. He didn't enjoy Liverpool playing at home at Anfield against anybody and sitting back and trying to play counter-attacking football because that's what it was. He later, I'm paraphrasing, he later went on to try to emphasize the fact that he wasn't, and this is something I did bring up. I don't like seeing us per se playing counter-attack football and relying on that as being the way that we're going to try to present ourselves. But especially since we're so used to just being on the front foot, being a pressing team, always pressing forward on the offense, and not necessarily relying on our counterattack that way. But I particularly did go at him about his comments about Trent Alexander-Arnold. I absolutely hope that they pick up my comment, which I hope goes viral as well. As in, often when it comes to Steve Nickel, it's Trent Alexander can't play defense, and then whatever comment he wants to say about the game. Trent Alexander can't play defense, whatever comment he wants to say about Trent Alexander-Arnold. Then maybe praise, but he has to start every sentence whenever regarding Trent Alexander-Arnold as he simply can't play defense. I mean, he picks up the same likes of as a Roy Keane comments as well. But do you agree with Steve Nickel? And the pushback was pretty wild, by the way, that he got online.
Yeah.
The pushback was pretty wild. A lot of people did basically say how, why is he always going against, why is it for a club that, basically made his name and a club that he loves. I'm not questioning that one little bit. He loves this club. He is unlike some pundits that represent the Reds. He definitely has a true love and nurturing nature for his Reds, but at times he does take a particularly harsh viewpoint when it comes to Nickel. So they made a whole segment out of it. Yeah, that's why I was bringing this up, because they did address this. What are you saying?
Yeah, it's his job to be a little bit angry and all that. Well, I'm not going to criticize him too much for, what it's like on American TV. You gotta put on a show. You've got to be, it's even on, not just on American TV, on all of these shows now, that the pundits can't be, serious and all that. You've got to be, especially with these older guys, they've got to be the grumpy older guy a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
It was one thing, like he's talking about somebody used to play in his position. Like I have a few things to say on this. I agree with what he's saying in the first comment in a kind of an overall part. I think what we've been doing with Slot is very impressive. I think the way we've been controlling games is very impressive. Our defense is extremely impressive. All that stuff. Tactically, it's really, really good. And like saying last night, all the people are getting really head up about, or not head up, but he's getting a lot of praise, rightly so, for how he's playing. But it's not the best watch in the world. It's not the most, like I call him Dr. Sleep for a reason. It's not the most exciting football in the world. It might be extremely effective. Maybe it's in its kind of early stages, and with maybe a couple more of his kind of handpicked type of additions, then you might see a more attacking, but not more attacking version of this, but maybe a more exciting version of this, maybe that kind of thing. So at the moment, it's something I've been thinking about the last couple of days, is whether I actually like the way we play. I'm very impressed by what we do.
Okay.
Really, but do I actually like watching this? And I'm not sure. I've been drifting away in a lot of matches, very slow, very controlled. I'm not asking for, I want something that we had before back. I'm not like that. I don't want
Right.
Klopp back, But it's extremely good. It'll probably win us titles if you play like that all the time and you have better players. It'll win you. I don't mean league titles. It'll win you things. More than likely, you'll win stuff. If you can get, or you'll at least get very close to it, and you won't be getting turned over stupidly by crappy teams. But just in terms of actually, look at what Simeone and Zaghi is doing at Inter right now, and that would excite me. That would really excite me. What Simeone and Zaghi is doing at Inter right now, what a couple other coaches are out there doing right now in that mode, which is something completely different, newish, but something I've never seen done before in the way that they're playing games, the way that they're looking at how football can be played now. And they're at the forefront of that. I don't think Slot is quite in that mold. Young coach, very good coach, but yeah, that's something I've been thinking about the last year. So that it's we haven't been brilliant to watch.
Hasn't been
scintillating is a great word for it. Yeah, it's a great word for it. We haven't been there, and I don't see us getting there. I think this is.
I don't think so either. That's like the whole 5. Remember, I asked about the 5-0, 6-0, 7, maybe even 9-0 type matches. Are we going to see those kinds of, incredible outputs for scoring and the likes? I don't think so. We will see them. Certainly will see more something. It just all clicks and we get those kinds of games, but
it won't be the plan.
It won't be the plan for it. It won't be the plan.
I think 2-0. Like I keep going back to that. His guy at PSV said 2-0 is his favorite result. If he gets to 2-0, he just locks it down. He does not want people going, let's go 3-4. At 2-0, he's like, we can't lose now. We lock it down at 2-0, we can't lose. Yeah. Even if we get one mistake, whatever, it might be a 2-1 game, but 2-0, we lock this down, we control it.
Yeah, I can understand that. That part, I can understand. His comment is pretty. It's well taken. I understand exactly what he means by that. I'm not exactly, when I see the football that we're playing, I'm not saying, this is like, this is like exciting or this is so inspiring football in the sense of, by the beautiful play and everything else and yada yada. But I will say that I do find some beauty in the fact that it's bringing us W's.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's the main thing.
So, if it brings us W's, I'm cool with it, would I prefer to have, entertaining football? Absolutely. But I will certainly take, well-constructed football that might be at times looking a little bit, pedestrian when it comes to the entertainment value, but gets you a win as opposed to being sitting there going, biting the fingernails, hoping that we can get a come from behind victory or something along those lines and the likes. Yeah, I'd much rather have that. And I did post also, these are some of the comments that were made for him. Steve Nichols seems to have turned into a bitter, grumpy wee hobbit. Never has much positive to say in general.
What does he mean turned into?
Yeah, I know. He was already.
No, it should be just Steve Nichols always was a bitter, grumpy.
There you go.
Never had much, but no, he didn't turn into this. He just got older.
There you go.
And as you get older, you get a little bit grumpier. You get pissed off the younger generation. That happens to everybody as they get a little bit older. But he was born grumpy and old. He was born pissed off.
Yeah. There's the other comment says he's one of the bitterest and most overly critical ex-LFC player out there. Another who seems to hate the club that made him. That's a strong take. And then the last comment here was, let me know the first time he's happy about anything. Captain Sourpuss. Steve, quote unquote, grumpy Nickel. Hey,
Funny.
big up JK. Big up JK.
Bless,
How you
bro,
doing?
bless.
Hey, JK.
Easy, Brian. Hope you well.
Yeah, we're just having a little fun. Poking the grumpy old man on the porch. That is Steve Nicol. Again, I know you guys don't necessarily see too much of Steve Nicol when it comes to punditry, but here in America, he is pretty much a regular on ESPN FC. So when it comes to representing Liverpool, at least from a Liverpool perspective, he is the go-to pundit. We do get Don Hutchison. We do get. I look forward to when Don is pretty cool when it comes to commentary and representing Liverpool. He's not too overly critical the way that you hear. He doesn't start every sentence with when, like, for instance, Trent Alexander can't play defense. Now let me get into my point. Takes as Steve Nicol does, but I like it when they bring on Luis Garcia. When they bring Garcia on, I like to see that because he represents. He'll always have normally in his background. He always has a Liverpool kit, by the way, in his. You know how like some players like to have they'll be in their office or something like that, and they'll have like a section of their office where the camera's set up. And for his particular case, he'll have like maybe like a Champions League football setup or something like that in front, and then he'll have a Liverpool kit, and he normally has, I think he has a Spain kit behind him, maybe a Barca kit. I don't know, but he normally has he always has a Liverpool kit no matter what. He sometimes switches up the Spanish representation, but he always has a Liverpool kit. And that's what I love about Garcia. He knows where his bread was buttered, type situation, or where he made his his brilliance.
I think you can track the level of criticism. A player like Hutchison, who, to be honest, he's a good quiz question. An awful lot of people wouldn't know he played for Liverpool. A lot of people. He barely even made a dent at the club. He, blink and you miss him. That was his career at Liverpool.
Played for Everton too.
Yeah, so a lot of people would, especially anyone under the age of 30 wouldn't even know who he is, let alone that he played for Liverpool unless they're into the game. Right. But then you got someone like Steve Nicol, played 1,000 games for the club, won 1 million trophies, played for the best managers. He can give you the full, he can go in hard.
Yeah, he's got
Whereas Hutchison, Hutchison has to be a bit more respectful because, like I say, he's not exactly a Liverpool legend who Liverpool fans like. Whereas Stevie Nicol can say, "I have the medals," and it's just a different kind of.
Yeah.
Like I practically forgot Don Hutchison played.
Yeah.
That's how little impact he had at the club. Stevie Nicol, on the other hand, a bit of a Liverpool.
Well, but what's Steve Harkness? Not Steve Harkness. What's his name? Stephen Warnock.
Yeah.
He won a corner on a free kick for us, and he gives it. Giving it lads all the time.
Yeah,
like that
and
guy.
He's on co-coms, and he isn't just in the shoot. He's anytime I'm watching a dodgy stream, and like the English one, it will eventually get shut down. So it's easier to pick up the American ones. They get shut down later on. I always end up with Warnock. I always end up with bloody Neil Warnock.
Sorry to hear that.
God, he's horrible.
Oh, he's
sorry to hear that.
Worse. It's like he just found out his puppy and his mother just died. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just like, come on, man, have a cup of coffee or something.
Robotic. He's like, like you get some personalities. His is so robotic in the way. I know what he's gonna say before he says it. He's one of them type of guys. And like he's on Sky Sports all the time now. So like, why? He's anti-Liverpool. Yeah, let's bring him on every fucking day. He's so bad, that guy. He's like, what has Liverpool done to you, bro? If it weren't for Liverpool, you wouldn't even be known right now. So a little bit of respect,
Yeah.
It's mad. But I've noticed
maybe we should
send
him a little Aretha Franklin song and get him,
a little bit of respect, bro.
You know what I mean?
But for me, I've noticed like within the last 30 years, if you're anti sort of Liverpool, even if you played for them, like for me, I respect Jamie Redknapp. I never really hear him ever go against Liverpool. Sturridge, another one. Who else?
Oh, Jamie never says anything.
He never says nothing.
No, he never says anything.
Not really. I don't reckon. I never really
You'd
seen
have
his
to put him
energy.
in and out. Yeah, Jamie is just too nice. He's too nice and nicey.
I think you know what, you could say that. You could say that, but I think this individual would say different. But it's all good. It's all good.
You want to explain, bro? What happened?
I know. By the way, this is a great message from Virgil van Dijk. Togetherness is what we need. Actually, Redknapp. Actually, there was
a pop-up version.
Yeah. He said he was one of those. He's one of the reasons why he made that. So they thought I was finished. Comment was because of Redknapp's comment. One of Redknapp's comment. He actually apologized to him on air.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, Jamie Redknapp. He came because they were talking about how like they were at the time. It was just happened to be one of those matches, one of the many that Virgil had in an exceptional game. And he's walking onto how they do the after on the pitch interviews and the like, and Jamie was one of the pundits or one of the commentators on the set, and he came out and said, I hold my hands up and apologize. I was one of the people that didn't think you had, thought that the injury was going to be was going to be the, I guess you could say
Jamie
fall.
Suffered,
Yeah, the
Jamie
fall,
suffered.
and actually he believed that he was in decline and that he wasn't going to be able to surmount. He said he wasn't he basically
Jamie,
was just taking a little.
Ever the politician, Jamie Redknapp, keep everybody happy. He puts his hands up straight away. He doesn't want to fall out with Van Dijk.
No, he doesn't.
The best thing he can do is apologize on camera, and he goes, "Wow, look at that guy. He's so magnanimous." To be able to say that. But also, Jamie basically had to retire at the age of 30, 31. He was kind of done by the time he was 30 because of injuries, knee injuries especially. So he was probably looking at, that's probably a little bit what he had in his mind as well. Because normally you don't come back.
Normally you don't.
Something like that at his age. No, you come back, right? But you don't come back at your peak, especially at his age and all of that. So I don't blame Jamie for going, hey, look, but at least he's not one of these idiots on TalkSport going, he's done, mate. He's done, sell him to China, mate. He's done. He'll never, he's not one of these.
Yeah, he didn't go. I don't know if he went that far, but he definitely went far enough that I think he knew that he had to come out and because they were just already talking about it. And he was one of the pundits that had already said that he thought he was past his prime and that he was, that he would never regain that level that he's seen before in the past. Whether you think that or not, you could certainly, that could certainly be an argument, considering that, some could say he was at godlike status for defenders, at least at one point of his Liverpool
All you can
career.
do is come out. We call it doing the K-Mac, yeah? All you can do is come out and put up your hand and say, I was wrong.
Yeah, that's what he did.
So,
he did. Yeah.
What's Tyler saying there? Sorry, 17-year-old goalkeeper.
Yeah, the goalkeeper. I'll bring it up here.
Cornell Miscure. Well, like you were saying last night, Yaros is another one that can be leaving on a free in the summer. So keep an eye out for that, whether he gets signed up or because we ain't going to start next season with a 17-year-old as a third choice.
No.
It would be Ali, Mama, and either Yaros or a more experienced third choice. But yeah, these.
I don't know what kind of
Cornell Miscure. That's an interesting name, isn't it? Cornell Miscure.
I don't know what kind of how can I put it? I don't know what would keep Yaros here, other than money, obviously, but I don't even know if money would keep Yaros here, to be honest with you. I think Yaros is probably going to find another or find another club with the ability of knowing that he certainly has shown his worth while on loan. So I think he'll probably try to find a new club. I wouldn't mind trying to sign him for another, obviously, and if not, sign him and then utilize that as being the opportunity to move him on to a different club. I don't know how much to expect in return, though, from him.
So 23 muscular. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he sounds like he could be
got.
walking away. He sounds like he could be walking away if he's at this stage. It's like, thanks very much, yeah, that kind of deal.
I mean, he's only on 7,000. He's on 7,000 a week right now, currently.
He's got, like, his agent now will be going around to a few clubs and going, look, good enough to get in that Liverpool team on the slot, he not get in the team, but
good enough to hold it down as like an option.
Yeah, he could be an option for you. So
I mean, look, £7,000 a week.
You take it, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
but I mean,
if you go and say, hey, we'll quadruple that wage for you, or something along those lines, we'll quadruple it, make you £28,000 a week, something like that. That's not absurd money for a third backup, a third string.
Oh, no. So. No, we have work to do. That's the thing. This is an unknown little unforeseen. Like, I think in the next 18 to 20 to 24 months, we're going to see a lot of changes at goalkeeper. We already know one with Mama coming in. I just think, like, in the next 18 to 24 months, so from here, well, not to next season, and then right to we could be talking about Kelleher being gone and even Ali having moved on in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then a Yaros, who we didn't really know that much about, probably leaving as well. So you could see us losing in the next two main windows.
Losing
Kelleher, Yaros, and Ali.
Yeah,
and only having Mama. So then we're going to need a new number two. So I think there's going to be, in the next 2 seasons, next two main windows, going to be a lot of goalkeeping changes. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into seeing this hopeful celebration occur again tomorrow from a player that I will say I can see possibly being in the lineup tomorrow. It is going to be interesting to see who makes our bench. I know I have 5 definites. The biggest question is who else makes our bench? Who makes our bench for tomorrow? Do you think, who are your thoughts on who makes our bench tomorrow, by the way? Let me just hear who you think could be on our bench. Our options. And keep in mind, it is Champions League, so I believe it's a 12-man roster, I believe, right? For the bench.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's
like... It'll be everybody then.
Yeah,
and Gomez. The choice is like McAllister comes straight back in, my opinion. Does Jones replace the Butler then? That's the only sort of thing, isn't it, really?
Say again?
Like, for me, it's the choice between Szoboszlai and Jones. Because, like, McAllister, for me, is the number one. Like, at the midfielders, I'm starting McAllister before everyone. Him and Gravenberch are going to start, so it's either Jones or Szoboszlai for the bench, in my opinion. Jota not being ready will give Darwin that start, so he won't be on the bench. So it's either Diaz or Gakpo on the bench out of them two.
Because I have this. So what I can do is let me share with you.
Well, we normally go.
Mm-hmm.
We normally pick the team, and then we could. I'm not really sure how to pick a bench. Are we picking the team? Are we going to go with?
Oh yeah, we definitely have a team. I'm just wondering. I'm going to show you the team.
I mean,
I'm going to show you the team right now. But I was just when you see the graphic, you're going to see the bench, and I only have like 5 names. that I could think. I think we will see
that'd
Morton.
be easier if we do
I think
that.
we will see probably
Everyone,
Morton and Neoni. I left it that way because I wanted to kind of construct it with you in the chat to see what names that you think will fill out.
Your team might not be the same as my team.
Oh yeah, certainly not. Certainly not.
You're
I think
11.
It might be very close, but we'll see.
But
we'll
even
see.
then,
Right, I'll show it. Yeah,
that'd be easier if you showed it, and then we could work off of that.
Yeah. This is
what are you saying? Simi.
Oh, and it has color actually involved in it too, so take that out as well.
Like for me, I would play Jones instead of Sabotsalai.
I get that,
and I would start Trent as well.
Even though it's going against like an RP team
against his old team.
You know what I mean? That's the part.
Yeah.
I know people were saying that Curtis should start. I know Curtis probably will start. Possibly, I guess there's a very high likelihood that he could start this game. But I mean, like, if there's anything that could and should inspire you for, an uplifting experience or uplifting game, it would be to, go back to your home, to your old stomping grounds and get yourself a goal in front of familiar settings.
But sometimes old players going back.
Can't drop Jonesy after that.
I get you. It's tough. It's not going to be easy. But But I was saying maybe if you were to give him the start in the Champions League, you can make it easier. You can make it easier. Say or proclamation that you can start Jones this weekend. And that's why I mean, like to sit Dom for this game and Arsenal, that is like you saying that you've lost. You pretty much have lost. Like hope, not hope, but you've lost actual like belief in him.
No, Dom did the press conference.
Did Dom do the press conference?
Yeah, he did an interview earlier on.
That's normally a good sign.
Yeah, no, he does. No, I just think Jones maybe over Mac. I think it's hard to drop Jones. I think it might be grab Jones, Dom. I think I would. What would I do? Yeah, no, forget what I think it will be. What would I do? You've no choice but to go with that front three. I don't think Diaz is rested. I
see. Pop said Arnold. Trent's definitely going to be on the bench. Okay.
No, I'd start Trent if he's available. If Bradley is out and Trent is available, I'm starting Trent. Gomez can come on.
Yeah.
I'd do that differently. I'd start Jones over Mac, and I'd leave the rest alone. So I'd have two differences, but yeah, it's just really hard. He probably going to have to say to Jones, like, look, man, if he does have to leave Jones out, that's a hell of a call. It's a hell of a conversation to have with the guy. Or maybe Jones is saying, like, look, I've had the baby, a big game against Chelsea. The adrenaline is wearing off. I'm actually a little bit running low this week. Maybe maybe he'd be happy for who knows? These are the things we don't know.
So wait, are you saying real quick, Pops? Are you saying Mac 10 and Lucho stay fresh for the weekend? So start Curtis and Dom in place of Mac 10 and Lucho, and then start. Oh, I see you. And then you said and Hackbo. So start Cody on the left. You then Mac 10 would be replaced by Curtis, and then you're having Dom start, which would mean okay, so you just keep Dom in. So you basically are just taking out Lucho and Mac and replacing him with Cody and Curtis. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well, I would replace. I'll keep the front three like that. I'll replace Sabotzoy with Jones and Trent with Gomez. Yeah.
Wow, this is pretty crazy too. Not to put pressure on anything, but should LFC win against the RB Leipzig or against RB Leipzig, they will become the first team in the club's history to win each of their opening 6 away fixtures in the season.
Okay, nice
Yeah.
one.
So little stat there. I do have a yes, I did mention that, but I don't know if I mentioned all of these players. These are some of the players that I don't think I mentioned Rom or Seiwald or even this player here, Hassan. But I did mention Benda and Nzavi, Simons, and Xavier. I do have a lineup actually that I predicted for them as well. I did predict a lineup for them. I don't necessarily, not that I watch RB Leipzig too much, but I did predict a lineup for them, considering the players that they do have available. I had it as Galax. I'll just put it in the chat here. I have to struggle through some of these names. Maybe Brian can read out the names since he's so good at pronunciating a lot of names. This is the lineup I could possibly see being the starting lineup for RB Leipzig. Oh, yeah. Oh, Dortmund. Dortmund playing the part of Spurs.
Yeah. You see. You didn't want to say it, or yeah, right. Galaxy Arrow boy, good old Galaxy. He's still there. Orban, not that one. Klosterman, Lekeba, Gertruda, Haidara, Vermeeren, Nusa, Xavi Simons, Benjamin Sesko, and Appenda. Yeah, you've got 3 guys there, at least 3 guys there, in Simons on loan for PSG. That guy's only a kid, and he's been everywhere. Barcelona, PSG, Leipzig. He was somewhere else. Sesko, I think, they did so well to get him, but he was within their stable. They were taking him from Salzburg. Everybody wanted him. United were like, we'll give you 90 million. They ended up at Highland. Everybody wanted Benjamin Sesko. He's a real kind of like I was saying, like about Evan Ferguson there the other day. He's big. He's a proper big centre forward, but he's got a lot of skill. Great player. Yeah, Xavi Simons is in really good form. But we said this, Chelsea have Jackson, Sancho, Palmer. We locked them up. We dealt with them. So you're going to only come up against teams like this now in this run of hard games, I didn't think he was horrendous. He wasn't that fit. Yeah, but let's wait until after the Leipzig game till we start slogging after players, okay? Let's not jinx it yet, okay? Yeah, they've got good players, man. But I think we beat them twice the last time. 4-0, 4-0 or something like that. I'm not expecting anything other than a kind of a regulation result, but this is the kind of game where before Klopp would be there, one of these guys would have a worldie against us and we'd end up buying.
Yep, very true. Very, very true. Let's see if I can type in streaming. They don't have it like that. This game. Sometimes Paramount puts it where you can stream like all the game. They'll have like a multi-windowed game. They're not offering that this time. Still, all right. So Simicast, Endo, Cody, Kwanzaa, Yaros, Alexander Arnold, Leone, Morton. That still leaves us with 4 placements that we have to pick up. 4 players that we'd have to figure out going somewhere on this team. I don't know if we bring the 17-year-old that just got signed to a professional contract with us or not, because sometimes we do bring like 2 goalkeepers just to have the 12 spots be on there. Maybe give a player some type of experience of traveling with the team.
Oh yeah, there'll be a couple of guys you've never heard of. 100% tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I don't know. There'll be. You can call up any of the under 23 guys. That's all good, but they'll be. I'm assuming they're going to be there now, right?
They're there now. They just arrived.
Yeah, so we'll know who's there.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. Very true. I didn't see them. They weren't. They did show them. I just saw a picture of like Nunez getting off the, in the airport, off the plane type thing. But I haven't seen. They haven't listed all the players that are going on the trip. Let me see if I can find that out for us as well. But yeah, that's a good question. And then, all right. So then, are you with Pops in that you're resting, Lucho? You're resting Mac for the weekend.
Who's that to?
Brian, is that? Are you that way too? And then I'll ask JK.
No. I said I'm leaving the front 3 the same as it is. I'm not changing the front 3.
But you're changing.
I'm bringing in Jones for
Dom.
No, Mac, and I'm bringing in Trent for Gomez.
Okay. How about for again? Let me just double check. I just want to make sure it refreshes my brain, my memory here. What was yours, JK, as well? What were you going with?
Gomez swapping for Trent and Szoboszlai with Jones. Get the Scousers in the team, you know what I mean?
Okay, there you go. There you go. Definitely share with us who you got, who you think is going to be your starting lineup for this weekend. If you want, I will definitely bring that up and share that with the audience. Would love to see what you think. I know Pops has given us his thoughts. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think as well. And if we do go with, you can obviously supplement the players that you did say would be starting for scoring terms. What are your score predictions? What are your score predictions, and what is your scorer predictions?
I'm going to go with 2-0 away win. I'll be cool with that. Away. Yeah.
Okay. Who you have as your goal scorers, by the way?
Salah for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with Darwin. Let's go with that, because he scored when I went to the Leipzig game when Liverpool played him in a friendly about 2 years ago. Darwin's first game, and he scored 4, didn't he, that day?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm going to think he'll score there again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that. Because he will be starting. So I said yesterday about him knowing he's going to start tomorrow gets him mentally ready for the game. Like sometimes when you're a sub, you're not 100% locked into the game, So like he knows since Jota got injured, Jota's not ready, he'll be starting. So hopefully he'll be mentally ready for the game tomorrow.
Okay. I do have the full squad to list, so we can utilize that to try to maybe get an idea as to who all is going to be with this squad tomorrow. I'll bring it up for you guys here. It's a long list, so
Oh,
they
yeah.
won't all fit
Take
in
care,
one.
Barney.
Oh, take care, Bernie.
Yeah, take care, man.
Enjoy. Yeah, so it looks like this is the squad that's going to be joining us that has made the trip. All, notable names right there, pretty much all names that we expected to see. And this is the second half of it.
Yeah, well, that Davies guy, he'll get in, obviously.
Davies. Yep.
He'll be on the bench.
So Tyler Morton.
I mean,
Davies
I could get on the bench
bench
tomorrow, You show up. Put
Bravo
on
is going to be on there.
Bench.
I think I did say that too. I'm not sure. No, I don't have Bravo's in there too. So, whoops.
Anyone for a Kwanzaa? No? Starting? Nobody thinks Kwanzaa might start? No?
I don't think so. Unfortunately, Kwanzaa has found himself in a little bit of a weird place.
Nah, I think with Kwanzaa, what it is with him, he has to, he's still young, bro. You know what I mean? If he was 25, 26, different story. Because he's young and I think he's been played a lot last season by Klopp at the end of the season. Started the first game. And I think maybe it was a good little lesson to learn. He's made a few mistakes, you know what I'm saying? But I think sometimes it's good for him to sort of take a back seat to appreciate where he's at, if you understand my point. Instead of him getting big-headed, look, I'm starting for Liverpool in front of Canate in his own head. And I think sometimes maybe that little brought back down to earth sort of thing might be good for him, you know what I mean? So I have no worries about Kwanzaa. For me, he's the future. Top player. He's going to get better. So for me, I've got no worries. I think it's good for him to be playing bench. He will learn a lot sitting there.
Okay.
He'll be playing against Brighton in the League Cup, 100%. You know what I mean? It might be a surprise. It might even start tomorrow. You never know.
You never know.
For me, the Premier League, the Premier League starters is Canate and Virgil. So, and he's the replacement for them too. Not bad.
Yeah,
I'm with you though, JK. I think it's the best thing. I've been joking about this before. I think the whole condolences thing could very easily and potentially have gotten to his head, where he came in, and took Kanate's place, Ibu's place.
Yeah.
And I think I made a joke. I was saying it was funny. To me, it's funny, and I think it's funny the way that football in a way has turned back around and kind of, well, now it's condolences to you. You've lost your place. I think it's one of the best lessons he could have learned.
Exactly.
It's a really good life lesson for him now in football to know nothing is ever certain. You think you've taken this guy's place? Guess what? 4 or 6 months later, you're the one sitting on the bench, and he's the one that's taking your place. So never take it for granted.
Yeah.
Always keep moving. I think that's a great lesson for him to have learned, especially at that young age. It was great for him to have gotten into the team in the first place. Brilliant. Klopp showed him all that trust. He learned a lot there. Again, the condolences thing was obviously a joke on his point, But then for him to go, hey, you had your little moment. Guess what? You had a wobble, and you got taken off at half time, no less. And the guy that took your place has stayed in the team ever since.
Right.
That's he will learn from that, and that's a real that's a good foundational block to have. Just go, yeah, okay, I got to buck up. It's yours to lose. There's always someone else waiting to take. You took it from him. Someone can take it from you.
Someone could easily take it right back from you. Yeah. Definitely so. Yeah. Apparently, it's a 21-man squad that they've announced for the listing. So maybe we don't necessarily have, or maybe we will bring someone. But the traveling squad, apparently, this is according to Liverpool FC, would have been the list that I listed there. of 21 members traveling with the squad, and possibly leaving Chiesa at home to continue his rehab. And
no Bradley,
no Bradley,
no Chiesa, no Elliott. They're definitely like not.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not on that team, you're not playing.
Flight, yeah.
You're not on, but you're not in the squad for Arsenal. I don't think. I'd be surprised. Like, yeah.
Oh, you don't think that they even make it for the squad for Arsenal?
No, if you're not, yeah, if you need to be left at home for a Wednesday night game,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to build up fitness, are you really going to be ready? You're definitely not. You might maybe scrape a bench, but I wouldn't be surprised if none of those three are available the weekend either. Obviously not Elliot. We know he's out for much longer, and not Ali. You know, but probably not Chiesa.
Well, Elliot there was talks about Elliot possibly being ready for that Chelsea.
Unless Bradley is just sick or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's just that he's sick, you know, he's back. But if it's actually an injury that means you need to stay at home and rehab on a Wednesday, I'd be surprised if you're in the match day squad on Sunday, right? Hopefully, tell me it's Sunday,
right.
Yeah, Sunday,
right?
So
let's see.
Yeah, that's nice. 13 football. Yeah, basically €15. I'd imagine that is €15 probably.
Yeah,
come and see the game tonight.
I mentioned that before. It was. They are definitely trying to keep it affordable for all to see the game.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you have to go to Leipzig. Am I right, JK?
Mm-hmm. It's a nice city.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Okay.
Like the architecture there is like, whoa.
Shots retracted then. Shots retracted.
Yeah. I can't believe they didn't
Where
score.
is the actual like the main, or like where's the biggest Red Bull factory? Like that's in Switzerland, right? They're Swiss Red Bull, aren't they? Or are they Austrian?
I think he's Swiss. The guy, was he Swiss or was he Austrian? I think he was Austrian, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy.
So where's like their big freaking
headquarters?
Surely there must be like where's the big Red Bull plant?
All right. Tell you now, 1 second.
Or do they get it? Like, I won't be surprised to get it made somewhere else. There isn't some big plant making Red Bull.
Wow.
Yeah, I know this is riveting for the chat, but no, I just wondering where they're based.
They should have scored. Dortmund had this game in the balance. 82nd minute, 83rd minute, just let up a goal. 3-2.
Oh, Madrid went 3-2, did they?
Yeah, their captain just scored.
Oh, Dortmund.
Yeah.
Jesus, and they beat them in the final last year.
Yeah,
I mean, 2-0 up against Madrid, and you throw it away, and you only get one game against them.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They had it. That was an absolute nice goal, though. I will admit that. It was scored by Lucas. Their captain.
Lucas Vasquez? Lucas from Madrid? Lucas Vasquez.
You got to be Vasquez, I think.
He captained them? Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
So what's happening with Arsenal and Villa? What's going on there?
But Arsenal is up currently. Yeah, Lucas Vasquez has the captain's band right now currently. Modric started the game as the captain and he got subbed out. and it looks like Rodrigo's the one that initiated that goal. But it looks like he just pulled up lame. So he is about to find himself a seat. And yep. Tuchemani is coming in for Rodrigo. He just came in for Rodrigo.
So what do you say your score prediction was tomorrow? But you
went
to now, check it, was it?
Well, my feed is actually put behind this, apparently, because it's now 4-2.
Oh, okay.
SofaScore is telling me it's 4-2. Right now I'm on the 86th minute, and this is obviously going to be the goal coming up. So, because it's Vinny charging down the wing, and he puts it into the bottom right hand. 4-2. What an absolute. Oh, Rodrigo taking off his shirt.
But I was just asking, JK, what was your prediction for this game?
2-0, bro.
What are you going?
Mm-hmm.
What's your
for
prediction?
The Real Madrid versus Dortmund game?
No, the Leipzig game. I'm trying to get you back on track here.
Oh,
Leipzig game.
Yeah. For
Sounds
the
like
Leipzig game,
I
have it.
You're just watching TV right now.
I have it.
He's second team Real Madrid.
It
Watching
was
them.
a fantastic goal, actually. I wanted to see it because it just said it. Yeah, Vinny Jr. Yeah, he was. Vinicius was
he's getting the Ballon d'Or this year. He's getting the Ballon d'Or.
He just took the ball from one box to the next, cutting side, and just absolutely just leveled a beautiful goal. I want to say that this game has a 2-0 score written on it for me. 2-0.
Oh, JK. Yeah, and don't forget Halo adds in Endrick to that mix as well. They have Endrick there now. I don't think they.
For Real Madrid.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they bought him. I know why they bought Mbappe. It's because they're Madrid. I don't think they needed Mbappe. Vinny is. He's. It's not about what he's doing this season, but he's already basically nailed on for the Ballon d'Or. So he will be the first of the post-Messi Ronaldo to go and win it. So you've now got, I'd imagine, I'd be interested to know who people think, if you're to pick, like, say, 4 players, who are going to be those guys now over the next, say, 8 to 10 years that are going to be the Ballon d'Or guys. Because obviously you've got Vinny, you've got Mbappe, you've got Bellingham, people like Wirtz, Musiala. But these names are going to change now. We've been dealing with Messi Ronaldo for so long now. People just got sick and tired of it. So I'm just wondering, like if there was no Messi and Ronaldo, maybe I reckon Mo would have one. Verge would have one. You know, I think Mo's first season, he didn't do anything internationally. We didn't win anything that way, but would have come close. Virgil would have definitely won one, I think. The time he came third, he would have won it. But to me, I think it's maybe the Bellingham, Vinny, Mbappe. Is there anyone in England that we can see being a Ballon d'Or candidate over the next 3 or 4 years?
No.
You know,
over the next 4 years?
Over like the next kind of, moving into the next generation of the Messi Ronaldo era is over now. So next 5, 6 ones, you're going to have the Mbappes, Vinny's, Bellinghams, people like that. Cole Palmer.
If we were to stay on form the way that we currently are on form with, getting the clean sheets and the likes, could there be an argument that to say, or does this player particularly get into the conversation once again? Could Virgil find his way back into the conversation if we won the Champions League and the Prem?
100%, yeah. If we do that. If you do that, 100% you're in the conversation. 100% you're in the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. That's evil, Hollywood Rock. You can, yeah. Yeah, that's evil. But
No, that is evil. Yeah, just wondering what it would take. I know we played. Virgil was only 7 votes, I believe. Let me double check. Make sure. Actually, I think it's
yeah, Rodri get a shout. Rodri will be up there if they won like a double. If they did what you're just, if Man City won a league and a Champions League, Rodri would be up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the knee injury does hurt Rodri. I think. I
Yeah.
think,
Well, I mean, assuming he was fit, kind of just in a. He'd get the votes, but it would be very hard for someone like him to win it. He'd be podium. You know, they'll always give it to probably an attacker. Very, very rarely something like it was. Verza came second. He finished ahead of Ronaldo that year. Yeah, way ahead of him. Way ahead of him.
Yeah, it was.
And that's an interesting one. Yeah, look at Mane. Mane way ahead of Mo. Mane was always very highly appreciated in those kind of awards and stuff. He was always up there.
Yeah, 4th place finish for him that year. I mean, like, again, it's why sometimes, sorry.
Bobby never got up there though. Bobby was never on. Bobby never got. He might be like top 10 or whatever. He was.
Yeah. Meaning high on the list.
Bobby.
So, yeah.
Yeah. He was never podium. I mean, podium is anything other than podium. Kind of. They don't really get remembered.
There was a year that he did make the ballot, but he didn't make the.
Oh, they get on the ballot. Yeah. They'll get on the ballot, especially when you win the European Cup.
That's a huge accomplishment to get on the ballot. I mean.
Oh yeah, but when we won the European Cup. So yeah, once you do that, yeah, all our boys, Robbo, Trent, Virgil, the front three, probably even Hendo. Ugh. Imagine Hendo with a Ballon d'Or. 5-2. Jesus. Dortmund, please.
Dortmund is falling apart.
What are you doing? Come on. Apart. Oh, Vinny Jr. again. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Hollywood Rock
said it earlier. Real deal.
On smoke right now. I don't know what
he's real deal.
He's like a shark. He saw blood in the water and he's just attacking. Just attacking him.
And I guarantee you, I could describe the goal he scored, and 9 times out of 10 I'd be right. Because it's simple: break in on the left, finish across the goalkeeper at pace. Maybe a bit of skill to be a fullback, but yes, in behind, in space, running in. It's kind of that Robin thing. He's just so good, he can't be stopped. Again, why buy an Mbappe who wants to occupy the same space on the pitch? Madrid, hell of a club, you know?
Yeah. What the? I don't know if that was a foul, by the way. Anyways, yeah. Shakhtar is looking to try to knock this up against Arsenal. A lot of empty seats, actually, at the Emirates, to be honest with you. A lot of people have taken, there's a lot of empty seats.
I know EastEnders is probably on or something. Or
I guess so, man.
They're Arsenal fans. And they're Arsenal. They don't, European football, are like, well, whatever.
Are they trying to get home before the traffic, I guess, or something? It's just
these motherfuckers have their own tube station.
Yeah.
You've been there, JK, right? The Emirates? You've probably been there, right?
No, I've been Emirates.
But they have their own tube station, right?
Yeah. Next to it, yeah.
Yeah, they come out of the stadium, walk down, bang, onto the tube. Off you go.
Yeah, a lot of empty
seats. No
seats.
excuse for these guys to leave early. They just didn't show up, man. It's probably like strictly come down.
And it wasn't like just all in that one section that's like quote unquote corporate. It was spread out. There were empty seats all over the place.
They're protesting the refereeing conspiracy against them to stop them.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
Wow.
Villa with the big win, 2-0, by the way. Villa with the win. PSG and PSV are knotted up 1-1 right now. They're in the very last moment. They're trying to score here off this corner kick, which probably will be the end of this game. Are they going to give him another corner kick? They look like they're going to give him another corner kick. They're coming up on the 5th minute of a 4-minute additional stoppage time.
I'll give my score prediction for tomorrow, which I haven't done yet. And
Are they going to give him another corner kick? Yeah, go ahead.
I've
done mine. I said 2-0.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it here, but I'm going to say it's going to be 2-2. I think tomorrow might be the first time where it's just like, other than Forest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with a 2-2.
Okay, 2-2. Wow. Oh my goodness, by the way. Absolutely incredible save there. Absolutely incredible save. PSG almost scored, and PSV keeper just made an incredible save, and then an equally incredible effort to get it off the line as well. PSG still in the 6th minute now. In the 6th minute of stoppage time, still looking for the game-winning goal. Referee is letting this go long after. This has got to be the end here. Still letting it go. 1-0. Juventus has lost to Stuttgart, it looks like.
Yep. 1-0, yeah.
Oh, this referee is letting this go way long. Maybe he's a Parisian. This is going now. PSV can't get anything. Yeah. 2-0. Who'd you have as your goal scorers, Brian? In that 2-2 draw, you said?
Yeah, Salah and Diaz.
Okay. Everyone's got Salah scoring.
Yeah, Salah and Darwin for me.
Okay. Nice. Big up. Please do include your score updates or score predictions as well. Be cool. Before we end the segment, before we end today's show. All right, PSG has just gone final. 1-1 is the final score. PSV versus PSG. We have Juventus lost 1-0 to Stuttgart. 1-1 again, like I said, PSV, PSG. 5-2 final for Real Madrid over Dortmund. And Arsenal won 1-0. AC Milan has won their game over Club Brugge 3-1. And Monaco was over won their game 5-1 actually earlier today.
Was there a Villa game as well?
Yeah,
Villa. I said, I just said earlier. Villa won 2-0.
So there wasn't a single draw.
No, there was.
Yeah, PSG. It's better when teams get draw.
PSG, PSV is a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
Oh, that was 1-1. Oh, okay.
But it would have been better but most games when they're drawing, so they get a point each. Better for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was the only draw. Everyone else was pretty much either resounding goals or Wow. By the way, that's pretty impressive. For Vinicius Jr., he got on SofaScore, he got a perfect 10 as being his rating. Not too often do you see that, but he was on smoke. As Hollywood Rock said, he was on smoke in that second half. Absolutely showed his class. 2-0. Jeez. Dortmund. You had him on the ropes.
They needed Arne Slot. At 2-0 up, they needed Arne Slot to come in and just put it to sleep.
Yeah.
Lock it down.
Lock it down.
I mean, to go, what was that? What was that? 2-0 up at about half an hour, maybe.
Yeah, no, it was over that. It was well over that. Let's see, it was I think it was the second half that it was like they were in. Let me double check for you.
Was it
2-0?
2-0?
7-man in defence there. 2-0 up away to them.
Yeah, it was 2-0 going into halftime. So
shift 5 in the second.
It wasn't until the 60th minute. The 60th minute, Real Madrid scored.
That is, oh man, that is up there with the biggest collapses.
Yeah, 5 goals in the second half for Real Madrid.
Yeah, but not even 5 goals. 5 goals in the last half an hour.
Yep.
That is crazy. Like, you can't collapse like that. That just. Who's their manager at Dortmund this season?
Their manager,
Nuri Sahin.
Oh, did he get the job?
Yeah, he's a good little manager, bro. I watched a few things about him. He's going to be good.
He's played for both those clubs. He's played for us, and he's played for Real Madrid, and he's played for Dortmund. So we all have a connection here to Nuri Sahin.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is a collapse. That really is.
Yeah.
You know, you have to get to the point like, okay, lads, we've lost this game, right? It's gone, but you know, we're not going to let another one in. You know, then you let another 2 in. Come on, man. Seriously. That's a plum one. Yeah, it's very Madrid though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. They just find a way to win, especially at home.
Everyone's going to be talking about Vinny versus Trent after that. Just wait for it. As soon Real is the next European game after Leipzig, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so as soon as Leipzig is over, everyone's going to be like talking about Vinny v Trent and what Vinny's going to do to Trent. Yep. That is going to be a very big talking point.
Yep, Stevie Nicol is going to be on there doing his thing. He just can't play defense. Everything that he brings offensively.
Sorry, I thought I was watching Braveheart there for a second. Sorry,
maybe.
Yeah. Hey, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I give you a 7. I give you a 6 out of 10 for that one. Stevie Nicol would probably give you a 2 out of 10.
Oh, he would certainly give me a 2.
Yeah.
Just didn't bring it. Can't bring it.
No, Rob, I'm not blaming. No, we're not blaming Dortmund, and Madrid are just like that. But I mean, at the same time, you're 2-0 up with an hour to go.
You're 2-0 up, man. You're 2-0 up. 2-0 up.
5 goals.
I get the you kind of take your eye off the prize by letting Rudiger score, and then
I don't like him, but at the same time, if he had played for us,
I would have loved him if he played for us. I would have loved him for us, but because he played for Chelsea and now he plays for Real Madrid, survey says no way. Survey says no way. By the way, Vinicius got a hat trick in that game. By the way,
well, like you said, he gets a perfect 10 on the old sofa thingy. So obviously had a good game. Understatement of the year there, but I mean, probably, you know, if you ask Stevie Nicol, he'd probably say, but he couldn't do it in the Premier League. You know, but
it just doesn't track back.
Yeah, you wouldn't get that kind of space in the Premier League. Exactly. Yeah, of course you wouldn't, Stevie. Yeah, they don't play the likes of Sheffield United and fucking Wolves every second week. Yeah, no space in the Premier League.
Oh man, I better hope I don't run across Steve Nicol in a shepherd's pie or something.
Where is that studio, by the way? Is that
in Connecticut?
It's in Connecticut. Oh, okay.
Right. I have family in Connecticut actually, but yeah, it's in Connecticut.
Okay, that's up on the northeast coast, right? Harvard.
Yep. Right next to New York City. Right next to New York City.
Oh, so it's close to New York as well. Okay, right.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
So Stevie Nicol lives. That's where he lives, because he lives over there, right?
He lives. I think he lives in Connecticut.
Yeah.
I think he lives in Connecticut.
Imagine him being your neighbor and you're mowing your lawn too loud or something. You know he's going to be like,
Can you turn that down?
you know he's that angry because you know that he's that angry all the time. Definitely, like after a bad game, you come out like, yeah. No, you can see he's gone grey totally now. Like I always remember as proper ginger, but now he's fully grey. It's like he does look like a.
I think it's what's it, Bristol? I think it's Bristol. I think it's Bristol, Connecticut. Is where it's located. Bristol, Connecticut. That's about the only thing I can tell you about Bristol, Connecticut is that ESPN is there. Connecticut is often a spot that people tend, if you live in New York City or if you work in New York City, you tend to either live in New Jersey or Connecticut. If you work in New York City, you tend to live in those two states. It's a lot.
Because buying an apartment in New York costs about $1 million, so you drive.
For what you're spending in New York City, you could get a nice place, a very nice home, actual like house as opposed to an apartment living in New York City. There are houses in New York City too, but they're more so like Long Island and like technically, which is New York City is they're part of the boroughs, but they're like it's not Manhattan. So. Yep. And he missed a penalty as well. Is that what you're saying, Tyler?
Oh, Dortmund.
Did they? I don't see where they missed the penalty.
I think that's what we saw that anyway.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's talking about something else because I don't see a penalty missed on the details. Normally they'll put in like saved penalty or something like that. Big up KJ. Big up KJ. Big up High Lore again. Robert. Hollywood Rock. Big up to everyone that's still rocking with us. We're in the 220.
Oh, Arsenal. Okay, Arsenal.
Arsenal. Oh no, Arsenal missed the penalty. I got you. Understood. Yeah, let me see that. Yeah, Trossard missed the penalty in the 77th minute.
Oh, and just to back up my. Oh, sorry. Just quickly, Jacob. To back up my other thing, I will say that the Leipzig scorers will be Nusa and Sesko.
Oh wow. Okay. Fortunately, if I'm making a 2-0 call, I don't have to make that. I don't have to make that call on who scores for them. But
yeah, just going to say that Arsenal don't look too good.
Say your point.
I just want to say Arsenal don't look too good going into the Liverpool match. But the last game and today, own goal by the goalkeeper. So they're not really on fire. So I think we're going to beat them.
Hopefully that continues, brothers. Hopefully that continues. Yeah. I was going to ask, actually, do you think that we'll go into this game on Wednesday with the same mentality that Steve Nicol was so critical of, which is, do you think we go in with a let's concede possession to them and just kind of play a counterattacking sense, or do you think that we go forward, we do the possession game thing, and we try to like just push the narrative ourselves? JK?
I reckon they're going to start off pretty fast. They will, because they got a few good players attacking wise up top. Sesko and that Simmons guy. So maybe they start off pretty fast. But I just think quality wise, we got a better quality team than them. So we'll just sort of slowly get into the game. But I love to have a fast start, get 2-3 goals, and have a chance to rescue a few players. That would be my ideal sort of game.
Mm-hmm. How about for you, Arsenal?
I think you were asking about the Arsenal game, right?
No, you're talking about the Leipzig.
No, Leipzig. Against Leipzig.
Oh no, like 2-2 for me, you know.
No. I'm saying, do you think the mentality, like are we going to go in with that? You know how Steve Nicol was saying that we were playing like a counterattack and we were kind of like ceding possession to Chelsea and not really on the front foot. We're more so saying, okay, let's just look for those counters against this team and really score beating them that way. Or do we press?
No, we'll do that. I think we'll do the first one. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I have to answer the phone.
Sure. Let's see. They have lost both their opening. They definitely are looking to try to get some type of result.
Yeah, I think they were winning 2-0 in their last Champions League game at home and then lost 3-2. Yeah. 3-2 they lost it.
I did see some people talk about, Vinny was talking, Robert was talking about Vinny, I believe, or was it Jimmy? Someone was talking about in the chat that they wanted to, or that are interested to see what will happen, with Vinicius Jr. when he travels with the team, with Real Madrid to Anfield. And I was asking, would you prefer to see, I guess we will talk about it again. We'll definitely revisit this once the game is at hand. And I don't want to look too far into the future. We still have to obviously get through tomorrow, but this is just in personnel terms. Would you give Gomez the minutes as KJ says he would against Real Madrid? Would you possibly go with a more defensive-minded team against Madrid? Or do you bring up a more offensive-minded team against Madrid?
No. For me, we're Liverpool, and I think as soon as you sort of set up defensively against a team like Real Madrid, you're giving them the invitation to come and attack us. Yeah. And we're not like that. We're not like a poor team in the Premier League who always has like 5 at the back sort of thing. We're Liverpool. Attacking is our sort of philosophy. So for me, I'm not a big fan of that Vinicius Jr. So for me, I love to be Trent in that game, playing against him.
Rodrigo's another player. Rodrigo was a player also in this game that had
why?
Yeah.
Can I ask why you don't like Vinny?
I just don't like him, bro. Something about him, I don't know what it is, man. He just annoys me, man.
No, but you don't like him, or you don't like him as a player?
Altogether,
you don't rate him, or you don't like him personally. That's
like his game. Yeah, I wouldn't say like I'm really excited to watch him play football as well. Yeah, he's a right player. Don't get me wrong, but he isn't the sort of guy I want to go watch play football. Even though he scored a hat trick today, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Hyler's saying he thinks he'd be surprised if Ibu gets the start against Leipzig. Okay. I asked the question about, looking a little bit further, since Real Madrid just played today and there'll be an eventual participant or against us in the Champions League. I was just asking if you would possibly go with a more defensive measure, maybe play either Gomez or even possibly play Bradley if available in that right back spot and utilize Trent against him on the. I don't know. Again,
no, Bradley's
judging by headlines, that would be a major headline.
Bradley's not there for tomorrow night. Bradley's not there, so
I know against Leipzig. I was talking about Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So
against Madrid. But I was going to ask the question because I thought you were asking about Arsenal. Do you think we do that again? How do you think? Because you're saying like, what do you think we do tomorrow? Do we come out and kind of press Leipzig? Or do we do what Stevie Nicol was saying and go and do? Let's just use his words and say the counter-attacking way, which I don't think we are, but I think kind of controlling. But how do you think we do that against Arsenal? Do you think we go there and try and?
I'll be honest with you. I could see that working for us. To be honest with you, against them.
What, going counterattack or pressing?
Going counterattack against them. I could see that possibly resulting in another 1-0 or 2-0 type score. More likely a 2-0 score where they would be pressing. We get get that brace late late in the second half.
I wouldn't be a huge fan of giving them the ball. Like, because you remember when we were playing United, and you could see we were basically at points just passing the ball to United in their area and going, here, make a mistake, and they kept doing it. You could see it was almost a game plan to let them have the ball and wait for them to make an error, and they did continuously make errors. I don't know if I would be comfortable with that game plan again. I don't think there is a great game plan against Arsenal if they play well. Because
they went with a starting lineup of they went with, I guess, I don't know if they. I'd have to take another look at the game. I was just watching the game, but by that time, Jesus was already out of the game. Sofa scorers having them have a 4-4-2 is as the lineup that they won against. Shakhtar came out in the 4-2-3-1, and they had them lined up in the 4-4-2. But that also has Jesus playing, I guess.
Ignore that one. They haven't got that right at all.
Yeah. No. It has him in the midfield. It has Martinelli playing. I mean, they started with obviously Raya in goal, Ben White. They had Saliba, who won't be available for this weekend. They had Gabriel, and Calafiori. They had Jesus, Partey, Rice, Martinelli, Havertz, and Trossard start. And I remember they ended up ending the game with Sterling. They brought in Sterling, Marino, Miles, Lewis, Scully, and Jorginho.
What do you think, JK? How do we go at Arsenal? Counter-attack or go at them?
Have a go at them. I feel no Odegaard, no Saliba. For me, two of their best players. So let's just have a go at them, I think Arsenal in the last few games, not too good. So for me, I'm just thinking about tomorrow's game. Let's try to get it done. If we're going to do it tomorrow, get it done early. So we can bring Salah and say Trent off or whatever,
Okay. I have another question, and this is for the two of you and the chat. Are Arsenal guilty of believing their own hype?
Of course. It's the fans who do that, because, when you haven't really won anything, competing is the best it gets for them. So that's why they jump on that hype train, because they're involved in Champions League games, And now, remember that time when they used to sort of hunt to get top four and stuff, and then they wouldn't get it, and they weren't in Champions League and stuff. So for me, Arsenal is a lot of hype, and there's a lot of social media hype based around that.
Oh, KJ, repeat the question. Are Arsenal, the club, are they guilty of believing their own hype? Do they think there's somewhere where they, are they?
I mean, not the fans, but the actual club, the players,
Yeah, thinking that there's something they're not.
Could be, bro. Could be.
But they think they're the best. Yeah, Max thinks that too. I think everyone has. No one. Hyler was saying he doesn't think. He says he disagrees that Liverpool play counter-attacking football.
Oh no, we did. Yeah, we did say it just to use the Stevie Nicol term, counter-attack. So player kind of controlled game. But it was just to use the Stevie Nicol quote.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally what he said. I'll bring up the quote again here. This is what we're referencing, Hylor, as in from our beloved Red, Steve Nicol, has said he wasn't impressed.
Look, he looks like he's ready to explode, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he just looks like he's ready to just explode out of that suit.
Yeah. No, he looks like, he's like, he has a face looking like, what do you mean you're out of haggis? How dare you not have shepherd's pie ready for me? He loves himself.
No deep fried shepherd's pie.
He loves some deep fried shepherd's pie. Yes, you can figure out a way to do it. I'm all in on that one.
I'm all in. He was a good player, though, Steve Nicol.
Yeah, he was. He was.
He was good. You know what I mean?
But
So that's why I think
I
he's a
guess
bit arrogant in that way.
you could. You know what you have to
it's just
do?
that
You'd have to do
in
something.
Ireland.
I've been to a Cornish pasty shop, right? And they have one here in America, or I have a bunch.
Oh, Cornish pasties.
Pasty, yes, Cornish pasty.
Cornish pasties. Oh, they're nice. When they're nice, they're nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love. Yeah,
And they have a shepherd's pie.
Nice.
They have a shepherd's pie dish that they have on it. Maybe you could deep fry that. Maybe.
Hey, look, if you can freeze it and dip it in batter, you can deep fry anything.
Yeah, maybe you could like prepare it that way so it has like a shell already, and then and then freeze it and then deep fry it. Maybe that's how you get it done. But yeah, that was the quote we were going by. Hi, Lord. That was the quote we were going by.
And JK, I'd be interested to know, because I don't think you were here earlier on when I was saying it, that I've been thinking over the last day and a half that I've been massively impressed with what we've been doing on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm not out here looking for problems like some people. Oh, Salah's not that good. It's like, okay, please. But I'm just talking about in terms of I love what we're doing. I think it's brilliant. I don't think it's a great watch. I'm not really enjoying watching our play that much. It's very controlled. A lot of slow it down, and like 12 man used the word. He said it's not scintillating. We're playing very I love watching us win. I love watching us top of the table, but the actual, when I drill down into it, the football itself can be a little bit on the dull side. It's
Hollywood Rock saying rock and roll.
Rock and roll football is dead. Yeah. I don't know what I was just in, I was kind of saying someone what Simeone and Zaga is in at Inter is incredibly interesting, incredibly entertaining, very different. I'm not comparing or contrasting or criticizing, but just what Slot is doing, just aesthetically, I call him Dr. Sleep now. That's my thing for him. I'm trying to make that a thing. We'll get there eventually. Someone on the Athletic will say it, and then everyone will be doing it. There we go. Nicely done. It's not the best football to watch.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I reckon, bro, if you said to me before the season started that we'll lose one game out of all the games we've played and we'll win the rest of them, you'd be like, bro, wow, that'd be mad. So for me, I wasn't really bothered about how we're playing. I was more bothered about getting to 3 points in each game we're playing and winning, because I didn't want Slot to come in, lose 3, 4, 5 games, people start moaning, blah, blah, blah. So for me, it was more of a result thing for Slot to start off his career with us. I think slowly, his sort of footprint on the team and how he wants them to play will come when the players are 100% used into his training methods and stuff like that. But for me, what he's done so far, bro, I think I'm really happy. We haven't really hyped it up. Like he's won all them games and he's great, this, that, and that. We'll keep our feet on the ground and stuff. But for me, I can take that us not playing great football at the moment. If that means Slot gets wins,
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, some Hollywood said, City play that way. What's the problem? I think I've just said what my problem is, and that's my problem. It's just personally just my one kind of way of looking at it. I don't like watching City play that much either. You just love watching Barca.
Yeah, it's boring. Yeah,
it's very robotic. It's very predictable.
Yeah.
It's predictable but it's predictable like an Aaron Robin goal. Goes down the right, cuts in on his left foot, bends it into the corner. Guess what? He scores every time. Goals win games. But it's predictable. The two things can exist at the same time. I just don't really. I love what we're doing. I'm very enthused by it. But I'm just saying, as a spectator point of view, I'm not saying I want us to go back. I said this earlier on. I don't want us. I'm not here saying, oh, I wish Klopp was here. I wanted us to move on from Klopp. I'm not sitting here going, I wish we played the way we used to play, because last year was even worse. It was turgid. It was really turgid at times. Like that old rock and roll football, that's long gone. That didn't just disappear this year. That was gone last year. We never even got close to that. As soon as we started playing Trent inverted, that was gone. We didn't have fullbacks bombing forward since probably 2020, 2022 maybe. That stuff has been gone for a long time. We're trying to be more controlled in what we're doing. Stop players getting injured. Stop running ourselves into the ground. This stuff will probably, like I said, if we play like this all the time, and he adds in a few more players, it's only going to be bad luck that means you don't get trophies. This kind of play, but I'm just saying, from my personal point of view, I don't find it exciting to watch that much. And that's just something. It's just a talking point that I brought up earlier on. But I love what we're doing. The fact that I will never complain about where we are.
Yeah, I love what I don't think you get many complaints from people when it comes to getting wins.
No.
There are some out there that are, pretty much critical of our coach, and it is interesting. And what's we are at the 2:40 mark, so we have a little bit of time. We can talk. We can chill and talk for a bit. And I will give
and by the way, just quick, I don't want to go. I'm fully aware of the fact that I've talked myself into a corner I never wanted to be in with this. Like, I now sound like I'm complaining about Slot, and I absolutely am not. It was just a kind of a little side thing that, the football's a bit, sleepy, isn't it?
Yeah. Low peak.
That's all it was. That's really all it was.
There is, what I was going to ask too, this is a question for the panel, and this is a question especially for the chat. I know we got some very opinionated and also well thought out opinionated participants in the chat, and I would love to hear your opinions on this. Is that, very interestingly, it seems like the bar or the measure of the run that we're on keeps getting pushed out another game to the point where it was, we're going to see if this team is for real once we play Manchester United. Okay, got that done, because we didn't hear, we played Ipswich, obviously in our starting game or our campaign opener. And then it was like, wait till you play your next game. And then we went into the next game and we won that. And it was like, wait until they really get into against United. And then we won that game. And it was but you'll see it when they face this team. And then it always seems like where we're going to end up seeing that, this is the real test. This is the test game that really shows whether you should try to put some actual investment in this team as being what it could be, which is actual, title contenders, whether in Champions League or even in the Prem, especially. It always seems like it's getting pushed out further along, And it was Chelsea was supposed to be that game for some. Now even that's gotten pushed out to now the Arsenal game is going to be the measure of whether we have the merit to actually believe that we could be title contenders this year. And I'm sure that even those people out there, once we get to that game, hopefully once we get past that game with a W, hopefully, even if we were to get that W, I'm sure there are going to be people that say, they weren't at full strength. So, let's not judge them on that. Let's judge them on whether they get through this Brighton, the Brighton double header, or let's wait until they actually take on maybe even Leverkusen or even Villa. Like, where is that game for you on the panel? Where is that game where you're gonna be like, or has that game already happened where you're like, I think that we've shown the real this team has shown the real identity. Because I know that Slot said that maybe it could be after, it could be after that. He put it after being, I believe, after the Brighton matchup would be, if we make it through the Brighton games, then that could be the measure. What's your measure? What's your measuring stick on this one, on our team? Jake, let's go with JK first, and then we'll go to the Irishman.
Like, I think for me, that winning away to United 3-0, that was the one. As soon as we did that, I thought, okay, we're in check out, we're doing good. Because we've gone there and lost 1-0, 2-0, bro. Because their fans always up for that game, and Slot could have gone into pressure, but we still won the game 3-0. So for me, since that game, bro, I've got this peace inside now. Like, I don't have to worry about this guy. He looks like he knows what he's doing. That's why, like, for me, when the season started and stuff, I wasn't really over the moon with the acquisition of Slot and stuff. But at the end of the day, when the whistle blew for the first game of the season against Ipswich, we had to support the guy. And since then, he's doing pretty well, bro. So for me, it was at United 3-0 away win. I've got peace since that game.
Okay. When is Robert? When is the? I know he's saying we have a long way to go. It's too early to judge our play just yet. When is it? When is a good measure? I'm just asking, when is that good measure to say, okay, maybe we can expect something from this team? I'm not saying it's hands down, the league's wrapped up type thing or something along those lines. I'm not saying that far. I'm just saying, when is it?
No, he's Robert is talking about my comment about Slot.
Oh, okay.
And the style of play.
Oh, style of play. I got you, Robert.
Yeah. So I can answer the two. Like, that's what I'm saying to Robert is, I think this style of play is the object. This is how he wants us to play. Is like, we will see a better version of this, definitely, when he gets in a couple of his own, tailored acquisitions, people he wants, and to play his role, and we'll see a better version of this. But this is the kind of football he wants to play. This kind of he's not all. It's not like we're sitting here. Oh no, don't worry. In a while, we're going to become way more attacking. That's not going to happen. I think this is how he wants to win matches. Is playing like this. We may become a little bit better version of it, yeah, but we're not all of a sudden going to be, oh, hang on, give this guy 2 years, and like you said, we're going to be winning 4s and 5s and stuff like that. No, I just think that controlled strangulation of the game. That's where he's going with this. And what I was kind of saying is just, to me, it's like you can see people drifting in games, and that's what he wants. Like I said, this is where the whole thing came from. It's like, wow, I'm kind of falling asleep in one of these games. I was like, that's when I think that's what he wants to do to the opposition. He just wants to put them to sleep, nullify them, give them nothing. And then they just give up. And before you know it, it's 90 minutes. That's his whole measure. That's his whole way of doing things. And I think the other instructive one was the Mo Salah goal when he scored against Man United. You could see him grabbing the ball, running back, and immediately trying to get another goal. And you could see that was the old Klopp DNA seeping back in. Slot was like, what are you doing? Chill out, just get back. Salah was like, let's go. We're at Old Trafford. Let's beat them 7. Whereas Slot was like, no. Whereas Klopp would have been there going, go. You could see it leaking back in. Mo was like, this is how we used to do. We're at Old Trafford, and let's go and hammer them. Let's get 5. It's like, no, we ain't losing this. It's 2, it's 3. Sit back, chill, relax. That was really, those are the two.
Do you think that's where, like, maybe comments like this are in the back of Mo Salah's head? Have you seen this comment?
Oh, Paul, don't pick on Paul. Come on, man. Paul Gascoigne. Is he still getting? Yeah. Come on.
I don't know what it's sometimes the pundits, I think, say things just to kind of get their names back into the run of, like, into the run of like, or into that like, that headline cycle. I saw this and I was like, what is he talking about?
That's Gazka. Yeah, look, that's if you want a list of weird things he's done, that's not even in the top 100. So give him a break. Come on, it's Gazka.
Give him a break for that one? Okay. You heard it.
Yeah, if you look up Gazza's life story, dude, that guy has been, he's not someone you go to for, proper opinions. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, I got you.
Let's just say,
especially not for that one. Especially
no,
not for that one. I don't even know what he means by that. Because I don't know I don't know. I think that there are those that have said that Mo isn't on the level, or some have said that he's not on the level that they have come to expect from him. I don't know what they're talking about, honestly and truthfully, because I think that
I don't know what you guys think.
I think he's
it
had
took a little bit of time
So-
for people to accept him, as a goal scorer. They didn't quite know what to do with him. I think somebody was like, "Oh yeah, but no, he's just a winger, but he's scoring goals." They didn't quite know how to judge him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But his wing play isn't very good.
He's already
he just scored 23
figures
goals
for GA this year.
No, I mean back in the early days, it's like, oh, but his wing play isn't very good. Yeah, but he's scoring goals. So he's not a winger. It took a bit of a while to adjust to like what we're supposed to expect from this guy.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
I think Gaza. Yeah, people eventually. I think Mo was one of those guys where people like to pick him apart, but in 10 years' time, people will look back at the numbers and just go,
"Yeah,
wow.
What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
That's why it was interesting to see when I saw that comment. I was like, "Oh man, it's like 8 games started.
His worst
started 8
season.
games, 5 goals, 5 assists so far
What's his
in this
worst
campaign."
season? Yeah, what is Mo's worst season for us? Like at least 15, 18, must be.
I mean, he had 18 goals last year in the Prem.
There you go, 18. That's his worst.
19 goals the year before that. He had 23 goals the year before that. Now we're getting to his prime years. He had 22 goals the year before that. 19-20, he had 19 goals in the 2019-2020 season for us. 2018-2019, that was the year he had 22 goals again. 2017-2018 was like his stellar year when he had 32 goals in the Prem. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So
yeah.
Yeah.
No, forget the goals. Can't forget the goals, man. Part of the job, He's there to do it.
Yeah, that's just the Prem scoring. That's all. That's just his Prem scoring. It's not all.
He'll beat that 18. Like that's his worst. I think he's easily beating that 18. I've said it since day one. He's going out on a high if he's going out.
Yeah.
If this is his last year. He's
show.
going to go out on a high.
That's a very good show. Because if you're going to if someone was going to say to you, "Hey, 18 goals will be your worst goal tally,"
that's crazy.
In your red campaign, being in your campaigns as a red, I think you would say, "Okay, I'll take that."
And Mo has also, in that time, along with multiple golden boots, he has also won the Playmaker of the Year award.
Yeah.
In the Premier League.
Yeah.
Which is for assists.
Yep.
So
shared it with. I think he shared it 1 year at Trent, right?
Probably. Hazard beat. I mean, he's been up there. He's been up there, everywhere. Like, yeah, he's only on tally score, but I need Sunday performance every game. Any performance was good every game. I mean, Max, I'm not really sure where to go with it, dude. If you give me a guy who you say isn't performing, isn't playing well, that's objective, but he's putting up those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Surely at some point that bleeds into, I don't really know what people expect from a guy to be You know, this used to be, that guy that plays for another team. Everyone says he's having a bad game, but guess what? I guess he'll probably go and score a goal. Yeah, because he's a clutch player. You know, when was Mo ever this player that people want him to be now? Constantly skinning people, constantly creating chances. Mo was never that. Mo gets goals from the right hand side, cuts in. Every now and again, he'll create a chance for someone else, but more often than not, he scores.
Yeah.
That's what he does. You know, you're saying you want fire performances. I don't know what that means. That's up to you. Not lazy performances. Work harder. I mean, well, I don't know where to go with that, Max. I mean, you're talking about one of the most physically committed players we've ever had, a guy who's never missed a game, a guy who's does pretty
normally
much
never misses a
coach.
game, obviously. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, pretty much never. One of the best. Goals don't matter. Okay, dude, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you think goals don't matter, then
that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
I know
really
there's
sure.
a lot of people that's all that matters to them.
Well, obviously you think. Well, obviously you think if goals don't matter and all you have to do is work harder, then the greatest player of all time is, you know, some guy who ran 1,000 miles and doesn't score.
No. Big up, Max. I got your back. Max.
No, but you're just saying goals don't matter for
Max
Salah.
is saying that. Max is saying, "Stay at it, Dominic. Goals don't matter. Just keep working hard. Just keep the work. Just keep the work rate up."
He's talking about Salah. He's talking about
I
Salah.
know what we're talking about.
You're trying to go to the bathroom. Salah doesn't score ever again. I don't care. I want fire. So how could he have fire performances and never score again? How does that work? Okay, you want a team of hard workers, dude. I don't know. He said goals don't matter.
I think Henderson was the Liverpool captain for other reasons before choosing Salah. To be honest with you,
you were talking about records earlier on. Salah is greedy, and he's greedy in the right way. He's greedy in the way that you end up with a lot of goals. He wants those records. You were talking about it. Mm-hmm. Does he want those? Of course he does.
Mm-hmm.
He wants, because he's greedy in a good way, greedy on the pitch.
Yeah, you want your goal scorers to be greedy. Yeah,
too fucking right you do.
Yeah.
Do you think Robert Lewandowski isn't greedy?
All right. But I mean, if anything, we're saying that Mo has become balanced.
I don't know what Max
in that greedy pursuit. I guess you could say, in that there were times when people were saying he's being a little bit too greedy. He needs to pass more in the likes, and he's become certainly a facilitator. You know, where Ryan referenced he was top of the list for assists one year. He's the last, I think, if not the last 2, if not 3 years, he's been right at the top of that list as well. If in the top 5 when it comes to assists, he's been right up there. He actually has the record for most times being double digits in goals and double digits in assists in a year, like being in the 10, having 10 plus goals, 10 plus assists. He has the most times of being in that category. I think that was a trivia question I asked one time as well. I'm pretty sure. Because you'd be surprised. There aren't that many names on that list. When it comes to the actual scoring and the likes. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can remember what that stat is. Coming up on the end of the show here, I get that, but yeah, there was something about like goals and assists.
Mo in the early days was told not to track. He was told to stand on the halfway line. He was told to cheat. He was allowed to cheat. That's why Mo didn't track. We didn't want. You don't want Mo in your left back or in your right back position doubling up. That's not where we win the ball back. We win the ball back high. That's why Mo stayed up. That pin's there right back. I mean, people should know this. This is obvious stuff. The idea now has just surfaced that Salah's a lazy player that never ever tracked back and never worked. You don't get in a Klopp team without doing what you're told. And if you're not tracking back, you're always cheating. You're always hanging there waiting for that ball in behind. How do you score all those goals? That ball in behind. Would he have been there if he was tracking back and doubling up a trend? No. This was tactical. Nobody does that kind of stuff because they don't want to do it. They're been told to do it by their manager. They've been told to do it by their coaching. You go stand there, you track back. You don't low. You stick high up and we hit you. And you go. We don't want you back where Trent is. When we win the ball back, what good are you doubling up with Trent? When we've 80 yards of space to play the ball into, we want you up on the halfway line. This is crazy, man. This is crazy talk. To say that he didn't do this or he didn't do that. Why you're just ignoring some of the most, goals to him. Oh, yeah, he scores, whatever. But yeah, that don't matter. I want someone who you want to put in fire performances, using your words, but which you've also described as what Henderson used to do.
No, I'm trying to bring up.
No, I'm saying to Max, I'm just saying he described that as what Henderson used to do. So your idea, Max, I'm just sorry, if your idea, no, but if your idea of a fire performance is what Henderson used to do and not what Salah does more often than not, cool.
To each their own. That's it.
Yeah.
I get it. Look, in the Premier League era, because I know, I think because McManaman is in this list, I think Barnes was in this list. If you bring it back before, if you start going back before the Premier League, but there's only 5 names that have ever had plus 10 plus or had over 10 assists and 10 goals, plus 10 in the Premier League era for Liverpool. There's only been 5 names. If you want to take it real quick, we're
okay.
We're already on the runway. The door is already open, so I get it. Some have already gotten their luggage from overheads.
Suarez, obviously. So 10 goals and 10 assists in the Premier League.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5 names. There's only 5 names.
But you said one of them
I might be lagging a little bit.
But you were saying one of them was already McManaman, didn't you? McManaman, Suarez.
No. I was saying if you extend it beyond the Premier League, it would include Barnes and it would include McManaman. I'm almost positive those names are in there too. So I remember seeing their names in the records. This isn't in. I don't know what years off the top of my head they did that, but they were in that list too. They did it once for us as well, but not in the Premier League. They didn't do it in the Premier League.
Well,
this is just Premier League.
Played in the Premier League.
Just in the Premier League.
Yeah, McManaman only ever played in the Premier League.
Okay.
He made his debut after '92, I think.
Well, then I don't know why he's not in there. I'm pretty sure he did it. I'm pretty sure he did it once. But maybe they were
Salah
competitions. I don't know. I know this is what
Salah Suarez. Yeah, Salah Suarez. Definitely. 10 goals, 10 assists. Fowler.
You can take a guess. You guys can take. You're more than welcome to take a guess in the chat too.
JK.
Let me see if I can. I know this stupid site. Way too many.
We got 10.
Way too many videos on it. So I'll make sure I'll just look it up.
JK, any shouts? Obviously, Mane.
JK, you there? He's on mute, but.
Well, I'd say Salah, Mane, Suarez. Oh, what's the question? People don't know what the question is. There's only 5 players in the Premier League era for Liverpool only had to have 10 plus goals and 10 plus assists. Oh, I know the other one is Sterling. Yeah, Sterling is the other one. Yeah,
That's what you're
10,
guessing is Sterling.
yeah, that's another one.
That Sterling's not in the list.
Not for us, no. You did it for City then. Every year for City, you got 10 plus.
Sterling's not.
Oh, you never did it for us.
For
Okay.
City.
I thought you did this last season for us. So yeah, 10 plus goals and 10 plus, or 10 a minimum of 10 goals and 10 assists in the same season in the league. Only 5 players have ever done it for Liverpool. Oh yeah, Coutinho, yeah. So I have, we Salah, Suarez, Mane, Coutinho. I said Fowler earlier on. We did that. Did Sturridge get 10 assists in that year? Might have. Could be Sturridge. Or Stevie G. Yeah, no, I'd say, I don't know, Sturridge or Stevie G would be. Yeah.
Coutinho is not on that list, by the way. Coutinho is not on the list.
It's not on.
Bobby is not on the list.
No, Alonso never got 10 goals in the league.
So you said Stevie. I'll give you the ones that you got. I'll give you the ones that you can scratch off the list since you guys are taking stabs at it.
Well, Suarez,
Stevie G is on the list. Obviously, Salah is on the list.
Yeah,
Suarez is also on the list. So you need 2 more. I think you might have already said
Mane,
one of them, but this
I said Mane.
Probably you might say it.
I said, who have I said already? Mane. Who else did I say already? Sturridge.
I think you might have already said it.
Is it Sturridge?
Sturridge is not on the list.
Well, McManaman I thought earlier on, but you were saying he wasn't on it. But I think.
Well, yeah, I don't think he was on. I know that he's on the list. He is on the list. I wish I had that. I wish I had the graphic in front of me because I did have this. I know I said this question before.
No, Bobby's not on it, bonkers. Apparently, Bobby's not in there. I guess Bobby, but apparently Bobby's not on it.
Bobby's not on the list. Max just got one of them. One of the names.
Yeah, McManaman. Collymore.
Stan
Collymore.
Stan is on the list. Yeah.
So we only
1995, 1996. Stan had 14 goals and 11 assists in the league.
So we need one. Is it?
And I think all you need is one more. And I think you already said it. You probably and if you and apologies if you have. I think you already said the last person on the list. So you got Salah, Suarez, Stevie, Stan, and then Robert got the last one.
Owen, I said Owen earlier on. Yeah.
Robert got the last one. Yeah, I thought you said Owen as well. Yeah. 1997, 1998. Michael Owen had 18 goals and 10 assists in the league. Suarez had 31 goals, 11 assists in 2013, 2014. He was joined that year by Stevie G, who had 13 goals and 10 assists. What I will say is all well and good, and I know again,
44 goal contributions.
Max, I'm right there. I'm right there with you in the whole like appreciating and showing gratitude for the workload that you see from players and the work rate that you see from players. I will agree with you on that. That should be noted and appreciated. But I will say this: when it comes to Mo Salah, I just said 4 players that have done it once in their careers as Liverpool players in the Premier League. Mohamed Salah has done it 5 times for Liverpool. He has done it 5 times, and he's on. He's certainly on. Yeah, exactly. I know. I'm gonna say these numbers so I can close this.
He's on for it again.
Yes.
No, he's on for it again.
He's on for a sixth time. He's on for. He's already got rings for all fingers. He's got the gauntlet. He's on for the sixth finger to go for getting the ring on for scoring 10 goals, plus 10 goals, or plus 10 and plus 10 assists in the league. He did it in 2017, 2018. He had 32 goals. Again, 32 goals and 10 assists. He had 19 goals and 10 assists in 2019, 2020. He had 23 goals and 13 assists in 2021, 2022. He had 19 goals and 12 assists in 2022, 2023. And in 2023, 2024, he had 18 goals and 10 assists. That's pretty impressive.
23.
To say that for basically
23 goal contributions is the minimum in that.
Yeah.
That's
he's done it three. This is third. He's about to do 4 years in a row of doing that. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
only the 2018, 2019 season or the 2021. Yeah.
Wow.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just that's on a guy that shows
2020, 2020.
We're there. This guy will
I'm gonna shut this down before
hopefully leave like everybody wants him to, seemingly, at the end of the year. But like I said, if he does, I think he'd be doing so with an amount of goals and assists that, regardless of performances, will be enough to propel us as high as we can go. There's nobody out there that can put in bad performances, lazy performances, all these things that apparently he gets away with every week, that are putting up basically Messi and Neymar numbers, a goal or an assist every single game, at the age of 33. So if this is someone we need to get rid of, if this guy is a problem, if that kind of output is a problem in a team who apparently he's not working hard enough for, but a team who has, correct me if I'm wrong, the best defensive record in the league, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure we have one of the best defensive records in the league, but apparently our right winger doesn't work hard enough. Okay, cool. But he also puts in world-class numbers every single week that if we bought a new player that had come in and put up these numbers, but he doesn't work very hard, does he? No, you wouldn't be saying that, would you? So no, this guy.
I tell you this stat right here.
I'll just end quickly. He is the epitome of, when he's gone, people will look back and go,
"This says it all right here. This says it all. It says it quite a bit, actually." Between October 15, 2014 and October 15, 2024, Mohamed Salah has the most combined goals and assists by a Liverpool player in the Premier League with 231. That's 231 goal opportunities that he's created, or goal scoring opportunities that he's created for us. 231. That's absolutely insane.
Oh no! Apparently, Max has just told us why assists are fake now. So assists are wrong too, because in a particular game, in a particular instant, a shot ended up being put in by Jota. So assists don't matter now either, obviously. So because of one thing that happened in one game.
Max, we're gonna get Max when we get hopefully Max lost a wager, so he's. But I think he's here because he does appreciate his Reds brethren. That's why he's here. But we're gonna get you on a call in. You and the Irishman are gonna have be able to discuss it rather than you have to type it out, or to verbalize your opinion. I definitely would like to hear your opinion. Not one game, every game.
Yeah, every game there's an assist that isn't actually an assist. So yeah, there you go. Scratch them all. Take the assist, the playmaker of the award. Take it away. Assists don't matter now either. They're all just shots going on. Okay.
That's cool. Well,
I think Max is on the sour sauce. I think Max is on the sour sauce tonight. That's all it is.
It's all good, Max. I like the fact that you're engaging with the chat. You're engaging with us on the panel. I especially like that. We're going to end the session. We went a little bit over. We're going to end quite a bit of. Actually, we're going to end like almost 15 minutes ago. But all the same, yeah. Yes, definitely, Max. Sounds good. Sounds good. If that's the case, definitely when we do have a call in, I definitely want to see your name in the queue so that we can like chop it up with our fellow brethren there. So, but again, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. I want to thank JK, thank the Irishman, of course, and I want to thank you in the chat for joining us as well. Big up for each and every one of you. You know what I mean? I want to thank Mo Salah. I want to thank also Virgil van Dijk, and I also want to thank Stevie Nickel. And
yeah, we have no Nilante outro tonight, so sorry.
Right.
You know.
Yes. No final thought from Nilante for this evening. He might be chilling in the back with the twins, his twin daughters. But yes, we wish everyone well out there and hope that today is a great day for you or a great evening for you, whichever you're catching us on Tuesday. Hope that it's a fantastic day or evening or even morning for you. But we're going to be ending it here. JK, do you have any final words or final thoughts you want to leave with the chat before we allow for them to take on what they need to take on for the day?
Yeah. Just enjoy the game tomorrow.
We're good. Yeah.
Main thing, like no injuries, a nice clean sheet, and away win. That'd be cool for tomorrow. So get ready for Sunday then. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, make sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going to have a roll call tomorrow, people. Roll call tomorrow. Please do tune in for us tomorrow. Roll call.
Latest team news, straight up.
Yes.
Don't.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not even going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up. Irishman. What is your final thoughts?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we'll do the roll call thing tomorrow. That'd be cool. So everybody, Max, it's been fun, and can't wait to hear you articulate yourself in person. Come on, justify it. I'm not going to justify that bullshit, man.
No. We're not going to get into. We're not going to get into.
No.
Well,
call in. That question, Max.
When the call in happens, say that question for the call.
Call in. And everybody, it's been a long one. Thanks for being in, and we'll see you for my 2-2 tomorrow. A Desmond.
My 2-0.
2-0. 2-0.
That's it.
Get that clean sheet. Keep it moving. Stay at the top of the Champions League, just like we're at the top of the league of the Premier League. So
it'll probably be 3-0 to us.
There you go. Maybe it could be. Thank you for joining us today. Roll call, people, tomorrow. Be sure to get the word out. Roll call. You know what roll call means. Roll call is the whole idea behind roll call is for you to say, hey, we are here, Reds brethren. We're tuning in from wherever you are, tuning in from throughout the entire world. Please let us know so that we can kind of get a feel of where we're reaching, where our broadcasts are piping or going through. And also, it also gives us the opportunity to wish you an absolute incredible experience in watching the game together, if not in spirit alone. So big up to everyone that joins us tomorrow. Roll call is very important to me, and I know it's important to the panel, and hopefully it becomes important to you to absolutely show your allegiance to the Reds. And I would like to say my final thought, as always, is just, hey, up the Reds, people, up the Reds. And until tomorrow, Peace.